sergeant thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth think that evolution is real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Studio, it's not alright. Baby, it's not alright.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, welcome to the FTFE show on the FTFE YouTube channel with me, your host, FTFE. Did I say FTFE enough? I think so. If you're new to the channel and you don't know what FTFE stands for, I honestly will tell you that it's Floofy, the Freedom Eagle. Thank you for joining me today, guys. I am recovered after my mega 55-hour stream, and today we're going to be having a discussion with somebody who can prove apparently that it's not space-time bending, which is very interesting because that's pretty sure what my physics instructors told me. I'm going to let him introduce himself and then we can get into a discussion. So I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. Make sure you smash that like button and share the screen with your friends and, more importantly, your enemies. Angel, hello, welcome to the channel. How are you?
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm good.
All right. Oh, I have the wrong display on my screen, so give me 1 second. I'm prepared as ever, guys. You can always tell. There we go, on screen. All right, thank you very much for taking time to join. I did see the beginning of your discussion with MC Toon, but I was at the end of a 55-hour stream and I needed to go to bed so I didn't die. So I never saw the conclusion of it, but from what you said, I really wanted to have a discussion with you about your concepts behind gravity and your thoughts about space-time bending and things like that. So why don't you just take a minute, introduce yourself to people who might not have seen you before, and then give us your thoughts. I'll give you 10 minutes to say whatever you want to about gravity, and then we can discuss it.
All right, I'm Angel. I'm from the Bronx. I am a layman. I'm by far not an expert, and I'm very open about that. I'm not here to provide any solutions today. I'm here to prove that gravity is not a bend in space-time because he's not going to be able to prove that. So let's the fun begin.
Okay. So why don't you, like I said, just take your time. I'll give you 10 minutes uninterrupted to go through your thoughts about space-time and why it's not, why gravity isn't space-time bending and why you think that you've got proof of that. And then we can discuss it. So over to you. I'll give you 10 minutes. Go through what your talking points are.
Okay. Well, I'm not here to disprove any of the mathematics on how fast things fall or anything like that. Those numbers are correct. What they're saying is it's a result of space and time bending by weightless masses in space, and there's no proof of that ever happening. You're going to say gravitational lensing is going to be a proof, and you're going to say that gravitational waves are proofs, and we're going to show today that you are just interpreting that based off the data that scientists give, and there are other interpretations of data. So for instance, things vibrate and oscillate in space, and space is 99% plasma, so we're going to prove that that's waves of vibration, and y'all are just going by interpretations of data and not actually providing facts. So you're not going to be able today to factually prove that space or time bends. So that's my presentation. I didn't really have much, but I'm going to basically tell you today that you cannot prove it, and you're going to provide the evidence, and we're going to go through it. And by the end, I believe that it's going to be proof that those are just interpretations of data and nothing more, not fact.
Right. Okay. So you just kind of don't believe the experimental evidence and the conclusions of it, is what you're saying.
What would you consider experimental evidence? Because there's no experiment that proved that space or time bends. No one's seen space bend. You cannot tell me the fabric of space or what it's made out of.
Okay, so I think one of the first important things is to talk about how we do things in science in general. Whatever you're doing, you make an assumption about something, you hypothesize, and then you predict what that hypothesis will do, and then you test to see if that prediction is true. And if it's not true, then you disprove your hypothesis. If it is true, then you failed to disprove your hypothesis. And all of the predictions around space-time bending match the experimental evidence, like from the pound replica experiment, from LIGO, from Eddington experiment, that or similar ones that have been done for decades after that. Every time we make a prediction about space-time and bending space-time and what Einstein said about relativity, it comes true. So I don't. You said space is 99% plasma, which isn't really true. It's kind of correct that 99% of the matter in the universe is plasma, but most of the universe is kind of empty. So the claim that space is 99% plasma isn't true. So I don't really see how that applies to you saying that relativity is wrong. Could you give me some more specifics on why our experimental evidence for you doesn't back the predictions?
You're saying all the predictions were correct, but then dark matter and dark energy wouldn't exist if all the predictions were correct, if that's the case.
Well, dark matter and dark energy don't go against things that Einstein said. In fact, what we're seeing with the effects goes along with Einstein's predictions of what mass would do. The fact that we can't see what dark matter is irrelevant, but it doesn't go against Einstein's predictions in the way that you're thinking. Einstein's predictions around relativity hold true every single time. We can test time dilation and things like that based on his predictions and see that it's true. Particle accelerators, for instance, they work on principles of time dilation because they're traveling so fast. We wouldn't be able to operate particle accelerators if we didn't understand relativistic speeds and energies along the predictions of what Einstein gave us. I really don't. All you've done so far is just say that you don't think that's what it is without really giving a reason why.
Well, there are scientific papers on how ether can explain these phenomena that you're talking about. And
what
predictions are fine, but
so what is ether?
ether is just a medium for light to travel through.
So you're describing the luminiferous ether?
Not exactly.
Well, that is literally the definition of luminiferous ether, a medium which light travels through. That's what the definition of it is. So if you're saying that ether is a medium which light travels through, then you're referring to the luminiferous ether, which was disproven with the Michelson-Morley experiment and the Michelson-Gale experiment and pound replica experiment, and pretty much everything with gyroscopes. So I don't really understand why you would say that.
The Michelson-Morley experiment disproved stationary ether. The Michelson-Pearson experiment didn't disprove ether. It actually proved it through friendship. And every scientist has said it up till modern day that no gyroscope, pendulum, anything could prove Earth's motion. The greatest physicists from Einstein to Hawkins to Wolfgang Pauli all said no one could measure Earth's motion from Earth itself. There's never been an experiment to ever prove Earth's motion. So friendship itself is ether drift, ether drag. There are many scientific papers and analysis on experiments that have been conducted on this that I can share so people could read, because I'm not smart enough myself to relay all that information.
And I think the problem is, with all due respect, those papers are not written for you to understand, which is why your conclusion of them is completely incorrect. Marcus and Gale completely disproved the ether on the back of Marcus and Morley. The fringe shift that was detected was simply the margin of error of the machine. It was never the prediction of an aether that gave the fringe shift that matched it. The only ever fringe shift they detected was within the margin of error of the machine, never outside of it, which is just, because the machine itself wasn't accurate enough. However, those experiments have been repeated more and more and more with more and more accuracy, giving us more and more confirmation of Einstein's predictions, disproving the aether. Any paper that you can present that says anything about aether is just ignoring the things that we understand about relativity and the fact that aether has been disproven.
I could provide one paper right now called The Factual Analysis of the Michelson-Gale-Pearson Experiment by Gocho Charlanoff, and it'll totally disprove everything you just said.
So what it's going to do is go against what the actual Michelson-Gale paper said. I would rather go with the results in the Michelson-Gale paper rather than somebody else saying what it said, because they're wrong. They are saying a different thing to what Michelson-Gale said, therefore they're incorrect. They can't just go, oh no, they were wrong with the conclusion of their own paper. What I'm saying is right. You can't ignore the actual people that wrote the paper and just go to somebody else that is saying something else. That's not how that works.
So, if that's the case, then when Albert Michelson wrote the paper, The Relative Motion of Earth Through the Ether, where he said he measured ether in his Michelson-Morley experiment,
no, he didn't say that.
That would mean I should listen to him, right?
No,
everyone could read that paper.
He didn't say he measured ether. The Michelson-Morley experiment, the one we're talking about, actually that's the one that disproved the ether. And again, the fringe shift that was measured was actually simply a margin of error of the machine. With the Michelson-Morley experiment, the test of Earth movement against the luminosity ether detected simply a fringe shift within the margin of error of the machine, regardless of the direction the machine was placed relative to Earth's motion around the sun. The prediction was that when you placed the machine in different orientation, you would get different results. You never did. You always got the same tiny little fringe shift that was simply the margin of error of the machine. The machine was not accurate enough to say what that was. Just margin of error. You cannot say that Michelson-Morley said that they proved the aether, because that paper specifically and the conclusion of it disproved the aether. So you are incorrect there, I'm afraid.
There wasn't enough ether drift for the Earth to orbit the sun.
No, you just misunderstood everything that I just said. The only thing they picked up was within the margin of error of the machine, right? If you step on a scale in your bathroom and it reads, 71 kilograms or something, right? That's going to be within a margin of error. It's going to be 71 kilograms plus or minus 3 grams, right? That's a margin of error. So that 3 grams is a margin of error. So let's say your scale's picked up 70 kilograms and 3 grams. You don't know. You can discount that 3 grams because that's a margin of error. The same thing with the Michelson-Morley experiment. The only thing they detected was within the margin of error of the apparatus they were using. What you need to do is look at more accurate versions of the experiment, which have a much smaller margin of error, and still disprove the aether.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name scientific papers and explanations and analysis which prove ether, and what you're going to do is tell people, believe me. So let me do
I would say believe the people that wrote the papers. Not believe me. Believe the people that wrote the papers, not things that I've said afterwards, okay? But out of the two of us, here's the thing, Angel. Out of the two of us, right, I have a degree in physics and a degree in nuclear engineering. Which one of us do you think would be more capable of understanding the conclusion of those papers, you or I?
Oh, that's fine. I want people to read it and come up with their own conclusions. Don't believe me.
That's not what I asked. I just asked you simply, and this is not an insult. Between the two of us, who do you think would have a better understanding of the papers that were written? Do you think it would be me with a degree in physics and a degree in nuclear engineering? Or do you think it would be you, who you yourself described as a layman?
I would always trust my opinion over anyone else, but you would be more
even if your opinion is based on ignorance of the facts. I mean, could you even name
what fact have I denied?
You've denied the fact that it disproved the aether. You've denied what the paper says. I have shown that specific paper on this stream hundreds of times, right? And I've gone through it with people hundreds of times to show them that it does not say it proved the aether. In fact, the exact opposite. Every single one of the Michelson experiments, no matter who they're with, disprove the ether. And that's the conclusion of those papers. And I've had PhD physicists come on here to discuss them with me and confirm that as well.
So hold on a second. So when I said the paper said what it said, and then you disproved it, I didn't say anything after that. And then you just said I had a conclusion and I felt this way, and you didn't even hear my opinion. So
your opinion is that it disproved the aether.
Disingenuous to your fans? Is that
okay, let's not do that, Angel. You specifically said that the paper proved the aether. That is what you said. That is your conclusion of the paper. I think you're confused. I think you're confused about what the word disingenuous means for a start, because that's not what it means. But my point is, the actual papers that you are citing do not say what you are saying. They say something else, and that's not an opinion. That is a factual statement. The Michelson-Morley paper, the luminiferous aether and the Earth motion through it, disproved the aether. That was the conclusion of the paper.
Stationary ether, and I already addressed that.
Aether, in any kind of aether. There is no aether. And there's no evidence that there is aether. There's people saying...
You haven't let me present the rest of the evidence.
Well, let me respond. There's people saying there is aether. But that's just people misinterpreting and disagreeing with results of experiments that have been, validated. Are you going to ignore the fact that we can, predict and experiment with time dilation? Which aether wouldn't explain, but relativity does. So you can't just say it's one thing when there's no evidence to suggest that.
So when there's papers unifying ether theory and disproving general relativity and explaining the things in general relativity,
there isn't.
In scientific
there's no papers that do that.
There's not. It's being disingenuous because there is.
Again, you don't know what the word disingenuous means. You're using it incorrectly. Please use words right. I don't know if maybe English isn't your first language or something, but no, there is no paper that disproves relativity. There's no papers that disprove relativity. There's papers that say certain things, but those papers just disagree with the verified consensus of science that relativity is correct. The fact that you and I are talking right now is because relativity is correct, because I'm using satellites to talk to you.
That doesn't prove relativity.
No, absolutely does. Those satellites are moving so fast, they have to take into account time dilation to receive my signal and transmit it back to the ground stations. The calculations for that... Yeah, the calculations for that...
Relativity replaced. Ether found around the world.
There's no ether found around the world. This is just a person saying a thing. Right? Let me read to you a super chat from one of my subscribers who is an actual PhD physicist called PhD Tony. Let me guess. Your guest believes that his interpretation of scientific papers supersedes that of the rest of science, and we should believe him because he says so. Yeah. He is. You are currently saying, Angel, that... No. You are saying that I'm disingenuous because I'm telling you you're wrong about your interpretation of the papers. That's not me. That is you. That is you, Angel. Well, they haven't measured ether. They are simply wrong. They are wrong. That's the thing. There is no evidence in that. It's people saying
they're
things.
wrong. There's no evidence. So don't read the papers, everyone. It's wrong.
I would love people to
just believe
show the paper.
Just believe them, everyone.
Show the paper. Angel, you need to calm down. You need to calm down.
I'm gonna name papers.
Calm down.
For everyone, please.
Calm down. I want you to take a deep breath because you're getting very agitated. Okay? Take a deep breath and then you can talk about the paper. Cite me the paper and we will look it up.
All right. Number 1. A landmark experiment. The linear Sagnac test of Royang Wang.
What is the name of the paper?
This is the name of the paper. A landmark experiment. The linear Sagnac test of Ryu Wang. That's the first paper.
Hold on.
I have please.
A landmark experiment. What was the rest of it? Sorry, a landmark experiment. The linear what?
Sagnac test of
Oh,
Royan
oh, God, oh,
Wang.
this one. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, goodness me,
Hold
no.
on, I have a bunch of them.
Yeah, but you've got
bunch
things by pseudoscientists that don't know what they're talking about. That's the thing.
of scientists. I don't know what they're talking
Yeah.
about.
So, give me 1 second.
You're not going to show me a bend in space time though. So
Well, I can show you space-time bending doing exactly what we expect it to. Yeah, the Edison experiment. There you go, space-time bending.
the engine experiment. Let's pull this up.
The Eddington experiment.
Eddington experiment. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
pull this up. Yeah.
Okay, right. So, yeah, I've just accessed my notes that I previously did on that row 1 paper. Witsit presented this before, and I destroyed him on it in the Discord server. So, would you like to go point by
Light
point?
bending. So light bending, that doesn't prove. Oh my god.
Well, that's the
All right,
predictions. That's the prediction. That's how you do science. You predict something will happen, and then you test that to see if it happened. Lo and
And
behold, it
things
did every single
vibrate.
time. What?
that bends light. Vibrations. Everything
Vibrations don't
vibrates
be-
at a frequency.
Yeah, there's space. There's nothing
That's
there.
real science.
There's nothing there. There is space. There's nothing there.
There's plasma. It's 99% gas. The interstellar medium. You're a
Again,
liar.
space. Don't
That's
call me a liar.
special relativity.
Angel.
General
Angel.
relativity.
All right,
is
shut the
special
fuck
relativity.
up. Don't call me a liar.
Special relativity. Yo, watch your mouth.
No,
Watch your mouth.
you don't get to call
Watch
me a
your mouth.
liar. You don't
Watch
get to
your
call me.
mouth.
No, you don't get to
Watch
call
your
me a
mouth.
liar. You don't get to
Watch
call me.
lie.
Shut up. You don't get to
You
call me a
lie, you
liar.
lie.
Let me talk. No, you are wrong.
You lie.
Space is not
I'm not.
99% plasma. Space is mostly empty. Of the matter in space,
That's
99.
special relativity.
No. Listen to the words I
Yeah.
am saying. Listen
Vacuum energy.
Listen to the words I am saying. Space is not 99% plasma. Space is mostly empty, nothing there. The matter in the universe, of that, 99% of it is plasma. You are wrong by stating space is 99% plasma. That is not true. All right? Please stop being so rude. You call me a liar again, and I will start treating you like a little child. Is that clear?
You're not gonna do nothing, dude.
I will treat you like a little child if you call me a liar again. I've tried to be polite and pleasant with you, but so far you've called me disingenuous and a liar when I in fact am an expert in physics trying to teach you about your misconceptions. Alright? You think you are better than all the scientists in the world and you are able to
I did
interpret
not say
papers
that.
better than everyone. What you have done is
did
you have
not say
cited a
that.
pseudoscience paper by someone that does not understand physics. That paper is ripped apart by the scientific community. No one thinks the results of that paper or what it presents are anything relevant, okay? Now,
Right.
as that is the evidence that you have presented, let's go
Now let
step
me
by
present
step.
my evidence. And you
Listen,
keep
I am
cutting me
trying
off,
to.
and
If
you're
you
being
let me finish what
disingenuous.
I'm literally near the end of my sentence. Don't call me disingenuous. That's your final warning. Now, I want to go step by step through that paper that you have presented as evidence. I want you to explain to everybody what it means, okay? I'm assuming you have that paper there. So let's start. Please go through that paper and explain how it disproves relativity.
Did I say that paper disprove relativity? We were talking
Yes,
about
those were your exact words. You said it disproves relativity. Those were your.
I said
Anyone
this
can
paper
read.
disproves relativity.
Yes, we can go through the stream and say that see that you said that this paper disproves relativity because I specifically asked you to present a paper that disproves relativity, and that is what you presented. If that paper says the aether is the
Now when I'm
thing,
proving
then it
it
would
disproves
disprove relativity.
So remind the chat, because you could just rewind it. The paper I said was relativity replaced ether found around the world.
So that would
And
be
I said it was
disproving
closer than the
relativity,
general
correct?
science. Stop cutting me off!
That would be disproving relativity, correct?
Stop cutting me off.
That would be disproving relativity, correct? Yes? No?
Are you gonna let me talk? Or you just
I'm
gonna keep
asking you a
talking?
question. Yes. Is that
You don't let me
paper?
answer the
Did that
question,
paper
so how
you
am I gonna
present?
answer?
Did that paper that you just talked
how am I
about?
gonna
Did that
answer?
paper that you just talked about attempt to disprove relativity? Yes or no?
Which paper?
The one that you just mentioned.
Which one? I mentioned two.
Do both of them attempt to disprove relativity? Yes or no?
No, one of
Then
them.
what does Ryo Wong's paper attempt to do?
Prove ether.
Which would disprove relativity?
Not necessarily if you know about
Yes, it
Einstein's
absolutely would, because relativity
but it
does
would
not have ether.
disprove
If there's
it
ether, then
because-
relativity is
I don't know.
disproven. Right?
So
If
why
there,
did Einstein have a lecture in the 1920s in London about how relativity needs ether? So why would I listen
he
to
didn't
this
say
guy
it
when
needs
Einstein
ether.
talked about it?
Right, stay on
Everybody?
one topic. Stay on one topic. He didn't say it needs ether. Okay, you again are misinterpreting the
paper.
words because you are incapable of understanding them. Now, the paper, the Ryo Wong paper that you've just presented, that attempts to replace relativity with ether, therefore disproving
That's not what I said
relativity.
again.
Right? Ryo Wong's paper attempts to say that there is ether, which would disprove
Yes.
relativity. So, as
No,
it's
it
your
wouldn't.
as it's your evidence, let's go through. Please present that paper to me and give your analysis of what the paper says.
I'm gonna give your analysis of your reading skills, and I don't know how you graduated, but
Again, you are being
clearly never
extremely
seen what I
rude, you
said.
little cunt. Cut it out.
You're cutting me off and not letting me talk. It's
I
hard.
am asking you to
be
do
nice.
something. You have just presented a paper. You started by calling me disingenuous and a liar, etc. Okay, so you are the one that has now made me act like this. Let's do something. Let's take a step back. If you agree to stop calling me disingenuous and a liar, I will reduce my attitude with you. But you are currently in control of how this conversation goes. If you start treating me with disrespect by saying things like I'm disingenuous and a liar, I will treat you like the child you are. Currently, it is now your decision how this conversation goes. Would you like to take a step back and start again?
Will you do your best to not?
It depends if you call me disingenuous and a liar.
Weighing my words. That's the best way I could put it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like you
I
shouldn't
will.
do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
to the
I
audience.
will.
To make it
But
sound-
you have to not call me disingenuous and a liar and be insulting, and I will give you the respect that follows from that, okay? So, let's take a step back and start again. I will let you speak, you let me speak. Don't insult me, and I won't insult you. Now, you have just given that paper as evidence of your claim against relativity. Can you please take us through that paper and what it says?
I apologize for calling you a liar and disingenuous, but again, I said this paper doesn't disprove relativity, the linear Sagnac experiment. So you want me to explain something I didn't say. So for the audience, I can't explain something I didn't say.
One sec. So, the paper attempts to disprove relativity. The author argues the experiments like this conducted by Orang and the earlier Sagnac experiment point to the existence of an aether and suggest the speed of light varies with motion relative to this medium, which would directly contradict the core tenets of Einstein's theory of relativity. Angel, I want to be as polite as I can here. You have presented a paper and you've made a claim that this paper does not attempt to disprove relativity. However, the conclusion of that paper is an exact attempt to disprove relativity. So, with all as polite as I can be, you are not capable of understanding the papers that you are reading. And that is the problem here. Don't claim that that paper doesn't attempt to disprove relativity when that is the very foundational point of it. If the speed of light is variable, then relativity is incorrect.
I wasn't presenting that paper to try and disprove relativity because I don't think that paper disproves relativity. And maybe I was able to explain that or express that, but I feel like you're just misinterpreting my words. And I presented a paper that directly was to that point, but it's fine. I get what you're saying. There's a bunch of conclusions in papers, and if you just read all the conclusions, then you'll be all mixed up. There's a difference between facts and interpretations of data. So people could come to conclusions, and some people are guessing, and there's interpretations of data, and then there's just hard facts. There's universal
But
facts.
that entire paper is guessing, bud. Okay, so let me ask you a simple. Why did you present that paper then? What was the point of telling me about Ryo Wong's paper?
We were talking about ether.
Yeah, but the reason we're talking about ether,
papers on ether, and that was the point. And I've only gotten to one.
Okay, but the reason we're talking about ether, right? But the reason we're talking about ether is because you are attempting to disprove relativity, right?
It's just part of the nature of what exists. And if we're gonna, because personally, ether doesn't disprove relativity, and I said that earlier about the 1920s Einstein lecture. So we're just discussing what's real or not, and you're not even taking real papers into consideration.
I am literally taking the paper that you presented me into consideration. I have an entire bunch of notes that I wrote on that. That's about 6 pages long. Because that paper has been presented to me by people that don't understand gravity before. In fact, the author of that paper doesn't understand gravity or relativity. The maths is awful. There is so many mistakes in that paper that the fact any kind of scientific journal accepted it is incredible. It has been absolutely destroyed by peer review, and it's pointed out all the mistakes and misconceptions. And that is what you are presenting as part of your evidence. And that's just one paper. I could rip apart that paper step by step, okay? That paper attempts to disprove relativity by introducing a medium which light travels through and says that light speed is variable because of this. That goes against the very core tenets of relativity.
The Michael Gale Pearson experiment already proved that.
No, it didn't. Again, you are misinterpreting what the experiment said. The Michelson-Gale-Pearson experiment did not show that light is variable. It showed exactly the opposite.
I'm just reading these papers. So on one hand, scientists are right. Other hand, scientists are wrong.
No,
right?
Again,
so
no scientists that actually understand things say that the Michelson-Gale-Pearson disproved relativity or showed that light speed is variable. In fact, the people that did that experiment, the ones that then wrote the paper themselves, are saying the opposite thing that you are saying. So why are you ignoring the conclusion of the paper from the people that wrote it?
Which conclusion exactly?
The Michelson-Gale-Pearson paper about the experiment, the conclusion is that light is not variable. So why are you saying that it is?
Because when you go through the experiment, you see that it is.
But no, the paper says it's not.
Okay. And?
So why would you say that?
Because we have better equipment now and we could retest things. That was done
But no
all the way to early 1900s.
But no
and now
equipment
they
shows
redo
that light is
things
variable.
and they find out new things.
I mean,
yeah. I know.
Interpretation relative the Michelson-Gale-Pearson experiment did not show the speed of light itself as a variable as a fundamental property. Instead, it's demonstrated the rotation of the Earth affects the interference pattern of light traveling in opposite directions along a closed path. This effect is consistent with Sagnac effect, where rotation leads to relative motion, verifying the conclusions of special relativity. And that actually goes along to
relativity, right, and not general relativity, right?
You can't. They both work together. You don't need one or the other. General relativity.
You pick and choose when one is right, right? It's
no, they both explain different things.
I know.
Do you know the difference between general and special relativity?
Well, I know light speed's constant in one and not in the other.
No, that's wrong.
Not wrong.
So, do you?
There's books written on that.
No, nothing in general relativity says that light speed changes. GR and SR don't say that at all.
There's books written on it.
Yeah, the books written on it disagree with what you're saying, though.
They didn't disagree with that point.
Everything you're saying about it is wrong. You've just said that general relativity and special relativity disagree on the variable speed of light. They don't.
Yeah. And one light speed is constant, one isn't.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's wrong. You're saying something that's wrong.
There's scientists who wrote books on that, no matter what I say.
No, there isn't. There is no conclusion of special and general relativity that disagree on the speed of light. Where did you get that from?
I'm just making it up. I'm smart enough to make that up, guys.
Right, so general relativity and special relativity do not disagree in the consistency of the speed of light. Both theories assert that the speed of light in a vacuum is 180,000 miles per second, or 300,000 kilometers per second. This consistency is a foundational principle in both theories, though they apply and interpret in slightly different contexts due to their differing scopes. So, no, both general relativity and special relativity say that the speed of light in a vacuum is constant. So you've just said something. I'm not going to accuse you of being a liar because I don't think you're lying. Okay. We'll never attribute to malice something which can be attributed to stupidity, which is what's applying here. With all due respect, you are not smart enough to understand.
Other scientists stupid. So
no. Again, no scientist is saying what you're saying. The people that actually came up with GR and SR,
books written on it.
Books written by people that don't understand what they're talking about. There is no. No, not actual
Scientists
science.
like
No,
Andrea
not
Feast
scientists.
and other
Not
scientists.
scientists. People
Yeah.
that don't understand science. Okay. The people that
actual
don't understand, no, the people that don't understand science are saying the things that you are saying. There is no paper in existence that disproves special relativity or general relativity anyway. There is no paper in existence which proves that GR and SR disagree on the speed of light. The foundational principles, the foundational principles
lie.
of, no,
You can say
stop,
they're wrong.
stop,
but you
hey,
can say they don't exist.
hey,
Is a lie.
no,
Come on, dude.
you agreed that you wouldn't call me a liar.
I
So
said
stop
that's
it.
a lie. That's
It's
all.
not a
I'm
lie.
not calling you a liar.
There is no.
I'm not calling you a liar.
You called me a
I'm
liar.
saying-
you said what
I'm
I said was a
saying-
lie.
no, I
That's
said
calling
that's
me
a
a
lie.
liar.
I said
But
that's a
listen
lie.
to me. Listen
that's
to
a
me.
lie.
There is no paper in existence that from somebody that knows what they are talking about that says that GR and SR disagree on the consistency of the speed of light. Both of them, the foundations of them, is that light is constant. There isn't anyone that says, "Oh, GR and SR
That's already been
disagree,"
proven.
is simply
Disproven in
wrong.
1925 that light's constant. So
Yeah, light is constant, not variable. Do you know the difference between constant and variable?
It's not constant. It changed because of the
No, it
ether
doesn't
drive
change.
during the experiment. The friendship that was picked up in the Gale Pearson
w-
experiment. The
no,
same friendship.
hold on, no,
you
no,
can go
no,
to
no, we
Brian
went
Cox
through
right
this.
now and
We
said
went-
no gyroscope or no nothing.
We went through this. We went through this.
Because it's ether drift.
The Mike's and Gale Pearson experiment actually used them to prove that the Earth is orbiting around the sun. Have you read these papers? Just seriously,
I've read a few
have
papers,
you
yes.
read
I
it?
read that
Have you
paper.
have you
I've
read
read
the
a
Mike's
few
and Gale?
papers.
Right, Mike's and Gale Pierce. Let me go back to my notes here. Okay. The Mike's and Gale Pearson experiment conducted in 1925 was designed to detect the rotational motion of the Earth through the use of a large interferometer. So, to start off, you're wrong. The Mike's and Gale,
Did you Google that?
it wasn't attempting to show that the Earth orbit, it was attempting to show that the Earth rotates, which it did. Okay? So they used a large interferometer, similar in principle to the setup. Mike and Morley, stop shaking your head. I am reading actual about the paper. You don't get to tell people that understand science and people that wrote the papers that they are wrong.
So Brian Cox doesn't understand science?
Brian Cox doesn't say what you're saying. So let me
Yes,
finish
he
what
does.
I'm saying.
He said no experiment proves Earth's motion. Neither does a gyroscope. So I think
he
he's a
said Earth's
physicist, and I
orbit
think he
around the
knows more
sun.
than both of us.
He said Earth's orbit around the sun, not Earth's rotation.
He could say whatever he wants. He could believe what he wants, but he said
No, no,
nothing
no, no.
proved it. So you're mixing people's beliefs
No, he
and
is
the facts.
specific. He
That's
is
the
specifically
problem.
he was specifically talking about Earth's orbit around the sun, not Earth's rotation. Earth's rotation
Oh, there's a
is
few
easily
videos.
proven.
It's not just one video.
Yeah, but again, he was not talking about Earth's rotation. Earth's rotation is easily provable. Watch this.
Watch.
If the
I'm
Earth
watching.
is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that
That's
means that
ether
every
drive.
hour it has to turn 15,
15 degrees an hour.
Shut up and
If the
listen.
gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift.
Brian Cox.
In
Listen,
today's
shut up.
21st century navigation systems,
shut
they're
up.
using what's called a ring laser
ugly.
gyroscope.
Stop being a child.
It is extremely precise.
I already gave you
If
the
we could
answer. You
simply
still
get
playing the
one
video.
of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community
Good drag.
actually purchased one for
There's no such thing as
$20,000.
aether. It's been disproven.
But what we found is
Called
when
friendship
we
now,
turned
or
on that
quantum
gyroscope,
foam,
we
or
found
vacuum
that
energy.
we were-
You're
or
just
whatever
saying
you want to
words.
call it nowadays.
Hey, right. I am playing a video.
15
Show some
degrees
fucking respect and listen to the video. I am now going to play it from the beginning. Be quiet and listen to the entire thing without talking like an adult.
If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is
Sit
mounted
down. All right, I'm
anywhere
pausing it
on
if you've
Earth,
gone away. Come back. Angel, stop acting like a child. Come back and watch the video. Right, we'll go back from the beginning again. Pay attention. I know that you might have an ADHD problem, but watch the video, pay attention, and don't talk.
Watch your mouth.
If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope. It is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000. But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found
Flat
that
Earth.
we were picking up
Right, you
a
spoke.
drift.
Okay, no, sorry, Angel, I asked you to watch the entire thing, so we'll start again. I just need you to focus and watch the entire thing without speaking. No noise, nothing, just watch it and don't interrupt. Okay, we'll go once more. Let's see if you can do it. Ready?
Your classes must suck, dude.
If the Earth is spinning
Now,
at
no
one
talking,
rotation
Angel.
every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope. It is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000. But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift, a 15 degree per hour drift.
Now, before you respond, I want to point out that the Michelson Morley experiment disproved there being an aether which could cause a drift. So any claim of aether drift has in fact been conclusively disproven by science. So what is your explanation for that? Understanding that aether has been disproven.
That there's been a multitude of experiments since then because we got better science now and it's already been proven.
That was
And
only
I could
done a
even
couple of
pull
years
up-
ago.
Let me respond. I listened to your dumb video. So
but
even
you said something wrong. That was
physicists
done a couple of
Brian
years ago,
Cox
bud.
Nowadays, we'll say ring gyros don't prove Earth's rotation. So
Who says
why
that?
am I going to believe you in your video when I
Who
have
says that?
physicists and
Which physicist says ring laser gyros don't show Earth's rotation?
Brian Cox?
No, Brian Cox doesn't say that. Brian Cox was talking about Earth's orbit around the sun, not Earth's rotation.
Everybody who got me in that Flat Earth channel, just click on my name in the page, and I got
Yeah.
2 videos.
Why aren't you listening to what I'm saying, Angel? Right? Brian Cox was talking about Earth's orbit.
I have him saying it with his words. I don't have to
Yeah.
believe you, and they don't have to believe me.
Listen to what
So
I'm
just look it
saying.
up.
Brian Cox was talking about Earth's orbit around the sun, not Earth's rotation.
You're talking about ring gyro laseroscopes.
Yeah,
and measuring
saying
Earth's
that they would
rotation.
not.
He
No.
wasn't just
He was
talking
talking about Earth's orbit,
It's
not
more than one
rotation.
video. What do you
Right,
mean?
show the video. Show the video where he says that it doesn't detect Earth's rotation.
Where can I send it to?
Well, you can play it, and or you're on your phone, aren't you? Because you're Flerf. Right.
Yeah, I'm on my
all right. How about this? If I tell you what,
I don't make fun of people for a living.
Let's make a deal, right? If you can present a video where Brian Cox says that ring laser gyroscopes don't show Earth's rotation, I will give you $10,000. Right?
Okay.
Right, but
What if I present two?
if he doesn't say that, then you have to give me $10,000. Agreed?
Sure.
So are we agreeing that that's a deal, right? If you can present a video where Brian Cox specifically says that ring laser gyroscopes do not detect Earth's rotation, I'll give you 10 grand. But if you can't present a video where Brian Cox says that, then you have to give me $10,000. I'm assuming you have $10,000, right? Right,
No, I just went on vacation in Puerto Rico. I just went to Atlantic City. No, I don't have $10,000.
then why
But I
would you
do
make-
have this video that's
then why would
gonna
you
make
make a
you
bet?
owe me $10,000
So
because
why would you-
everyone heard it.
why
But
would
I'm
you
not
make a
gonna
bet
bet you.
then?
I'm gonna just post it for you.
All right, should we just do $500 if you're broke?
500.
Yeah, is that right? We'll do
Dude,
a
I just spent
$500
that in
bet.
Atlantic City easy, dude.
$100?
Here, look at the video. Look at the videos yourself and tell me what you want to pay me, because you just
$100?
lost whatever money
So-
you throw.
so let's
I'm not
be
betting
clear.
you nothing, dude.
Wait, 1 second.
I don't
my
have to
screen's
bet you nothing, dude.
So let's be clear. This video that you've just shown me will show Brian Cox saying specifically ring laser gyroscopes don't show Earth's rotation. Is that right?
Yeah, play them both.
Right. Cool. Let's bring up. And so what's the bet? Are we just $100?
I'm not betting you.
Why not? Are you scared?
I have 100 right here. I'm not betting you, dude.
Cool. Let's do it then. 100. But it's not even right. How about even better for charity? Right. $50. If I'm right, you give $50 to charity. If you're right, I give $50 to charity. What do you reckon? Gentleman's bet.
Fuck your charities. I'll give back all the time. I don't need to do nothing with you. I don't want your money. I don't want to do nothing with you.
So what you're saying is you're too afraid because I know for a fact you're wrong because I've seen these videos already.
I posted them.
Yeah.
Why am I afraid?
because you are saying what it doesn't say. Right, let me get this up. Right, so that's that one.
Just play the videos.
I am getting
Stop
up my...
stalling.
I'm changing my screens around so people can see it. You do realize that I am organizing a live stream with 4 screens in front of me that I then have to show my audience. So calm the fuck down.
You challenge me. I don't even know who you are. So let's get that straight.
I'm Floofy
How
the
about
Freedom
that?
Eagle. Fucking learn it. Right.
You asked
so-
me to be here.
Yeah, because displaying your stupidity is fun. Right, so again, you are saying that this video, he specifically says that laser gyroscopes don't show Earth's rotation, right? Is that what we're going with?
Both video. Let me
Right.
explain for the audience. Just listen to what I'm saying. Don't listen to what he says. Both these videos explain. He's saying no experiment proves Earth's motion. They're 2 different videos. One specifically says laser ring gyro. I'm not sure which one that he's playing is the one that says it. So
so they specifically talk about Earth's rotation and not its orbit, right? So they specifically say, they both specifically say that you cannot detect Earth's rotation. Is that right?
Each video talk about a different topic. Play them both.
Right, okay, so here we go. Guys, if he's right, I'll delete my channel.
The nature of space is an interesting one. When I give public lectures, I often say that space, it seems to be a non-question. What is space? It is the arena in which things happen in the universe. Most people would picture it as a box inside which the events in the universe play out. That is not the case, and the fact that it's not the case can be deduced almost from pure thought, or at least...
Sorry, one sec. Hello? Brian! Dude, yeah, I know. I heard him as well. I know you didn't say that. It's right. I'll just play the video and let him... Yeah, that's cool. No, I'll see you at the NASA moon break dance on the competition on the moon. Yeah, can you tell Bill Nye that he needs to change the toilet paper in the ladies' toilets as well? Right, cheers, mate. Thanks. Sorry.
Just one simple observation. The observation is that we can't tell here in this room whether we are moving or not. Now that's a realization that goes back to Galileo and Newton, but it's an interesting one when you think of the consequences. And what are the consequences of that idea encoded into Newton's laws, that it is not possible to conduct any experiment to tell you whether you are moving or not with constant velocity, as we pretty much are as we orbit around the sun at 18 miles a second.
Oh, there we go. So he's specifically talking about the orbit, as he said there. The constant velocity of orbiting around the sun. That's what he didn't mention rotation. So you're wrong there. Now let's play the next one. Oh wow, that was fun. The first one, you're straight away wrong. Incredible. Now here's the next one.
Globe believers cannot provide proof that the Earth is actually traveling around the...
What was that?
I said fuck the flat earth bullshit in the beginning. I don't like this shit either.
Yeah, well...
sun. No experiment can prove Earth's movement.
The observation is that we...
Do you just notice what it's talking about? Globe believers cannot prove Earth travels around the sun. So this video that you've just shown is also talking about Earth's orbit, not its rotation.
Sun. No experiment can prove Earth's movement.
The observation is that we can't tell here in this room whether we are moving or not. That it is not possible to conduct any experiment to tell you whether you are moving or not. No experiment you can do.
So he cut it there before he said orbit because he's disingenuous.
First part.
We could look at the decay of a radioactive nucleus or some electricity and magnetism or bounce a ball, have a pendulum, whatever it is. And there's no experiment you can do to tell you whether you're moving or not. And that's led Einstein to relativity.
Wow.
So
he's still not said anything about the Earth's rotation, which we all know is detectable.
That's the basis of general relativity, which is our best theory of... Because you can't measure it.
Children would flock to see this gray-haired Einstein walk down the streets of their hometown. And one day, you could hear him roar with laughter talking to a 10-year-old child. Well, the mother of this child went up to her son and said, "Son, what did you say to Einstein that made him laugh so much today?" The mother was so proud. And then the son said, "Oh, I asked him whether he went to the bathroom this morning." Well, the mother was mortified. And then she said, "Well, then what did Einstein say?" And then the little boy said, "Einstein said, 'Ah, at last. somebody ask me a question that I can answer.
Okay, so just to point out there, buddy boy, that neither of those videos said that Earth's rotation can't be detected. Brian Cox specifically, including the graphic on the screen, said about the orbits. It's a bloody good job you didn't take that bet, mate, because you would have lost.
Good job.
So you were
You
wrong,
still can't
right?
measure Earth's orbit or rotation. And
Well,
that's all
you can measure Earth's
with no
rotation.
scientist.
You can measure Earth's rotation. Science all agrees that you can measure Earth's rotation. I have personally measured
Which is
Earth's
ether
rotation.
drift.
I have personally... No, ether's been disproven by Muggs and Morley, so that's fine. I have personally measured
That's not
Earth's
true.
rotation. No, it is true. Muggs and Morley paper disagrees with you. Okay?
No, it doesn't.
No, it does. I personally measured Earth's rotation, right? And my measurement of Earth's rotation actually also disproved an aether. Because my measurement of rotation is based on the Coriolis force of Earth. Which means
Coriolis
that...
doesn't prove relativity either. Geocentrism has.
I was in the middle of words there, dude. Amazing. So again,
when my video was playing, you stopped and talked to it and got mad when I was doing it.
Amazing
So,
that I was in the middle of words there.
Amazing.
Yes. It's incredible
Amazing.
that you are unable to converse like an adult. Right. So here we go. Once again, there's nothing that says what you're saying, and my experiment,
There's
my
many
experiment,
scientific papers. Many.
words. I am speaking words. Please
Many.
don't speak. No, stop talking until I finish talking. My experiment used the Coriolis of Earth to show that there is the rotation of Earth because you can measure it. Because there is a different Coriolis force at different latitudes, that means that a different force will be applied, and you can then use that force to calculate your latitude on Earth, matching the predictions of a rotating Earth, a physical measurement of the Earth rotating. I've done it, and so has every single person in the world that's ever done a physics degree.
No, you're misinterpreting data.
I'm not saying
what you did was wrong, and you're a very smart man, and that's a very great experiment.
Explain how it matches my latitude on Earth.
The Neo-Taconian model, even the rendition version by Luka Povov proves that the Coriolis effect has nothing to do with Earth's rotation.
No, it doesn't, because that's all been debunked. That's all been debunked. There's no reason there would be... shut up, I'm talking. There would be no reason for a Coriolis if the Earth wasn't rotating. I'm talking. I am talking. Shh. Calm down. I've given you many chances... Right? You are acting like a child.
You and you told me shut up. Like, what are you talking about?
Because you need to shut the fuck up when people are talking to you. You may learn something.
How about you wait for me to finish talking?
How about you don't interrupt me? How about that? So, again...
I didn't. I was in the middle of a sentence.
I'm in the middle of a sentence. Stop. I will let you know when I'm done. There is no... yeah, great. Well done, child. There is no reason that there would be Coriolis... Now, again, shh. There is no reason there would be Coriolis if the Earth was not rotating. It is a consequence of a rotating body that there is Coriolis. No, that's literally what Coriolis is. Do you not understand how Coriolis happens?
No. There's physics that explains that that's the motion of the stars and
no, there's no physics that explains that at all. No physics at all.
Again, that's
where's
just an interpretation of data.
Where's the physics that says anything? No. Before that, where is the physics that say that the stars can influence a pendulum moving? That was a claim you just made.
Excuse me?
You just said there's physics that can explain the result of my measurement, which is a pendulum moving. So where's the physics that says the stars can make a pendulum drift?
The Neo-Taconian model.
That's been debunked. What physics specifically? Explain the mechanism.
No one ever proved a bend in space-time. So
they have Eddington experiment.
Have an explanation. Then what?
That's been explained. There's a mechanism behind it. You've just made a claim, a very specific claim, and we're going to focus on that. Okay? You made a very specific claim that the stars can make a pendulum drift off of a straight line path. Could you please explain the physics and the mechanism behind that?
If you're saying it's disproven, it's also been disproven that that's Earth's rotation. So now we're both here with no
No,
explanation.
it's not been disproven as Earth's rotation. It's exact consequence of Earth's rotation.
So Einstein would have mentioned it.
Einstein talked about the Foucault's pendulum many times.
Right. And
He said it's an excellent. Einstein said it's an excellent. Einstein said specifically it's an excellent representation and demonstration of Earth's rotation.
And there's books on how it's not.
No, there's not. There's no books on
Yes,
how.
Yes, there are.
Show me the book.
And they're in contention of Einstein.
Show me the book. Show me the book that says Foucault's pendulum is because of the stars.
It's not because of the star. I didn't say that.
Yes, you
I
did.
didn't say
Those were your
that's what
exact
the book
words.
says. I said the book. I said the books explain how it's not Earth's rotation.
Right.
Why do you misconstrue my words?
These are your words. These are your words.
You're a very smart
These are
man.
your words. These are your words. Your words. These are your words.
Misinterpreting
I'm not misinterpreting. These are your words that you are saying.
Yes,
you said.
You've done it many times.
No.
Not
I
just
didn't.
once.
No, I haven't. Shut up. I'm talking. You said specifically that the
Suck my
stars.
dick.
Shut up. I'm talking. You said
Suck my
specifically.
dick.
Shut up. I'm talking.
Suck my dick.
All right, I'll just mute you and then I'll unmute you when it's ready because you're a little child. All right? Do you want to be muted like a child?
Stop being disrespectful.
I'm not one who's being disrespectful. You are. Everybody here can see you being disrespectful and acting like a little child. Stop talking when I am talking.
I don't care what people think.
Stop
You're being
talking and
disrespectful.
I am
I'm
when
going
I am
to
talking.
respond.
Nobody here is being
That's-
disrespectful apart from you, you little dick. Now cut it out. I have given you
Don't
many
say little
chances.
things to me in person. That's why
I
wouldn't
would
say these
100%
things.
say it to you in
Anything I said
person.
to you, I would
I would
I've been respectful
100%
for a reason.
fucking say it to you
We're
in
not
person.
And
Show
you
me your
said a lot of
biceps,
things
dick.
to me that are disrespectful. That's like,
Shut up.
I don't
You could-
take you
I
for
have-
a
no, no,
brave man
you
to
are
say
being a
that
little
to people,
cunt.
So I don't understand why.
You are being a
you're
little
gonna
cunt.
act that way. And it's very just not
I have given
comfortable
you
feeling. Like, I'm
opportunities
just
to be
addressing
decent.
The way you're acting.
No, I've given you opportunities to be decent and you are not taking them. I'm going to, once more, I'm going to ask you to take
You
a
were
step
mad I
back.
called you disingenuous and you had a little hissy fit online like a little bitch.
Don't call me disingenuous. I'm going to once more give you the opportunity to take a step
I just
back.
addressed that. I said that earlier
Right,
about you,
Angel,
and you're so
stop
mad. You think I
talking.
just said it about
Angel.
you right now. That's how mad it got you.
Angel, I'm not mad. I am trying to teach you. Right? I'm going to mute you 1 second while I speak. Right? You're muted right now. No one can hear you. You are muted. No one can hear you. Right? I want you, once again, to take a step back. Maybe have a deep breath if that's going to help you. Okay? Because you are being very disrespectful and acting like a child, ignoring all of science, making claims and not giving evidence to back them up. I want to talk specifically about the claim that you just made that the stars are the reason pendulums drift. That was a thing that you said specifically, and then you brought up another book that maybe didn't say that. But your claim is the thing that we now need to discuss. What I need from you is to give me evidence of that claim and a mechanism by which it can happen. Over to you. I will ask you to unmute. You can unmute yourself by pressing the button. Unmute yourself then. Are you able to press a button or have you lost all cognitive functions at this point? Well, unmute yourself then. Alright guys, this is a child. Right, we just read, so let's just have fun. Send super chats and we can say stuff to him. Yeah, you're muted. No one can hear you. You need to unmute yourself. Yeah, I can't unmute you. You have to do it yourself. Yeah, no one can hear you. Does he not understand what's happening here? You are muted. Nobody can hear you. You need to unmute yourself. There we go. You figured out how to press a button. Well done.
Unmuted me, right? That's the whole point.
No. I'm not allowed to unmute you. I ask you to unmute and you have to do it. I don't have the ability to unmute you.
You sent the request.
Yes, I send the request to you to
request.
unmute. I did that.
Yeah.
You are unmuted.
Right.
That's how.
Oh, you're lying.
Are you?
Okay.
What do you mean lying? I can hear you. How's that lying? Literally, everyone on screen can see that I sent you the request to unmute. Right. Now, again, the claim that you made, that stars are the reason pendulums drift, could you please explain that, the physics and the mechanism behind it?
No, because I answered and you didn't listen.
No, you didn't. I asked you and then you said something about a book.
That's what you heard?
That's what you said. I asked you about it, and then you started talking about a book that says something else.
That's not all.
So you've made a claim, right? It is now your responsibility to give evidence for that claim. Angel, respectfully, could you please explain how the stars are possibly influencing the drift of a pendulum?
I already explained myself.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
You did not give. You didn't give the physics or the mechanism.
I said I'm wrong, but scientists have already explained how the pendulums don't prove Earth's motion, and I said I said it 2 times, I believe, and we're still sitting here talking about how the stars influence the motion.
Because that's what you said.
I'm wrong, and I said I was wrong, and I addressed that, and you're still asking me to provide you a mechanism because
you never said you were wrong. I've just caught you in a lie, so that's good. Right? Okay, so let's move on to the next bit. You then said that scientists have proven that it's not Earth's rotation.
Pendulums don't prove Earth's rotation. Yes, that's what I said.
So could you please provide evidence as to how a pendulum doesn't prove Earth's rotation?
There's many books on that already. If you want some citations?
I want you to tell me your claim. Huh? Don't just give me a citation. Talk me through the evidence of your claim.
My claim? Science claim.
No. Well, you've just claimed that science says that it doesn't prove Earth's rotation. Those were your words.
There's books on it. How is it a claim?
Because you are claiming
even people like Andrea C's. I'm trying to think of people off the top of my head names. I got a whole. If you want, I could provide citations. That's what I'm saying. You're just
okay. Well, provide the specific
value. This whole time, I told everyone don't
provide the specific part where it says that pendulums don't prove Earth's rotation. Just provide that specific part.
How about read the book? What do you mean?
So I have to read an entire book to get evidence of your claim.
You need to read a lot of books to see that your claims that rotations are proved by pendulums and ring laser gyros just aren't the case because there's scientists saying the same thing.
There's
and
no
I should believe you because you're a PhD in nuclear physics and you look like goddamn Kermit the Frog.
No, I'm fucking gorgeous. I'm ripped.
I kind of like you. You're cool, man.
Show me your biceps.
That was funny. Shit.
If you're go on, let's show me your biceps. Show me how ripped you are. Come on. Show me how gorgeous you are. Show me your biceps.
I don't have biceps, man.
Those are twig. Right.
Nothing.
What's that? Nothing. See this? Yeah, nothing at all.
I like
one of us is ripped.
Listen, nuclear steel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
So clearly, objectively, I'm better looking than you, but that's irrelevant, right? So
totally.
You made the claim that there is books and scientists that say pendulums don't prove Earth's rotation. Could you please cite one of those books for me?
One of those books. I have a whole video people could watch.
Well, no, just cite one book where scientists say that pendulums don't prove Earth's rotation.
I don't have those citations on me, but I have the video. People want to see a whole bunch of citations.
You just said you have the citations. Why don't I just want one book.
It's called
one book.
It's called Geocentrism in Modern Physics. If people want to watch it.
No, just name me one book.
Over 20 books.
Yeah, I don't want to watch one of your videos right now. Please just tell me the name of one of the books. And I'll look it up right now.
A whole video with a list of 20 of them.
Well, I don't want to watch a video. We are live right now. What would be better is if you just tell me the name of one of the books. I'm giving
everybody who's watching, they could watch the citation. That's the point. It's not even just between me and you.
This is you and I right now. This is you and I right now. Just you've made that video. Just tell me the name of one of the books.
I didn't make the video.
So whose video is it?
I didn't make the video.
Whose video is it?
I didn't make the video.
Whose video is it?
Robert, hold on. Let me see. Robert something.
Robert something.
Even Paul Hale.
If you say Robert something,
Paul Hale has a book on Einstein, right? and he
does
says
that
if
book
space
say
is
pendulums
flat
don't work?
and it curves, then that's the same thing, the same vibrations, right?
No.
And we were talking about
Well, stop changing
gravitational
subjects.
lens
Stop
and
changing
Earth, right?
subjects. Stop changing subjects. Give me a book.
Mm-hmm.
Just the name of one of the books.
Oh, I gave y'all a whole video.
A video isn't a book. A video isn't a book. What's the name of the book?
Many books.
Yeah, just name one of them. Just a single one.
Mm-hmm. I don't have no citations off the top of my head.
Why not?
Because I would have to look that up.
Okay, go on then. Look it up.
I didn't come here as the expert. And you just told me to debate literally like 7 hours ago. I was not prepared. And you think I'm supposed to have all this information just on deck and handy for you? And I just gave you the whole video with a whole list of things, and it's not good enough for you.
Where's the video? Dude, what video? What video did you give me? Where?
What? I didn't give it to you. I already cited it.
No, you haven't. You've sent me 2 videos and that's it. And I've shown both of them and they disproved what you were saying.
I didn't send it to you. I cited it.
What was the name of the video?
I asked geocentrism in modern physics.
And who made it?
Robert something. I don't even know.
Geocentrism and modern physics. Is that what we're looking for, hey? If it's Robert Sungenis, I'm just going to show you the debate I had with him because that was hilarious. Geocentrism.
It might be. I don't know.
And you know, he paid for his PhD. He lied about it.
You could pay for a PhD. That is
you can pay for a fake one. Yeah.
Thing.
Robert, it's Robert Sungenis. Right, yeah, I've debunked everything that Robert Sungenis says. I did debate with him, and I made him cry.
Do you have a link to that debate? I want to watch that.
Yeah, just search up how to ruin a geocentrist day.
Yeah, hold on, let me see that. I'm gonna say that to the now later stuff.
Guys, he cited Robert Sungenis, the guy that lied about having a doctorate. He lied so much that in our debate, he was originally titled. Hold on. Originally, in our debate on Modern Day Debate, it was titled Dr. Robert Sungenis. But because he lied about having a doctorate, James removed it, and he's not known as doctor. So you have just cited someone that lied about having qualifications.
I had no idea about this. See, you're just teaching me this stuff. See, I didn't come here as the expert, and I said that. I just
you're acting like an expert, telling me I'm wrong.
And no one could prove
if you're not an expert, stop telling me I'm fucking wrong.
And I also said I'm not here to provide an alternative, but I was here to discuss different possibilities. And if that possibility is wrong, then it's wrong. Like, I'm not here to hold on to pseudoscience or wrong beliefs. Like
you keep telling me that I am wrong. Right. So
can you tell me the name? You can tell me the name of the video.
Well, here it is. Here's me debating Robert Sungenis. I've just given it you in chat.
Oh, you sent the link?
Yeah. Here you go, guys. In chat, there's me debating Robert Sungenis. That was a good one. Oh my god, I destroyed him so bad.
I gotta see this later, man.
So there's no one that has evidence that a Foucault's pendulum does not measure Earth's rotation. It is exactly a measurement of Earth's rotation. You have claimed that
but the rotation is ether drift, though.
No, there's no ether drift. That's been disproven. You also claimed that geocentrisms have an explanation for Coriolis. They don't. Coriolis is a direct result of Earth's rotation. Did you not know that?
Well, yeah, that's what they state.
No, it is. Artillery firing uses that to take into account, right? So,
no, of course.
It's very simple, right? Let's imagine you're at the equator of Earth, right? Right, and the equator, the Earth's rotating, and obviously the equator has a tangential speed of about 1,000 miles an hour. Now, you fire something from the equator north. When that bullet leaves, when the cannon leaves the thing that's firing, it still has that 1,000 miles an hour, tangential speed. Then it goes over areas of Earth with smaller tangential speed, so drifts ahead of the Earth's rotation. That is Coriolis in a nutshell, a direct consequence of the rotating Earth, which means that a Foucault's pendulum is an exact measurement of Earth rotating.
That's the drift of the ether. That's ether drift.
Again, there's no ether. That's been disproven.
Call it friendship.
That's been disproven. Marx and Morley disproved that. Marx and Gail Pearce disproved it.
I got a whole list of scientific papers here. And
none of those are scientific papers. They're written by morons that don't understand what they're talking about.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they aren't scientists. They're idiots that don't understand science.
No, these are posted in scientific journals, and these are scientists from the physics departments of their respectable accredited universities.
No, none of them say that relativity is not real, and none of them have anything peer
Some of
reviewed
them
behind
do.
them. No, they don't.
Some of them, it's not.
None of them have
Relativity
evidence.
is wrong. See, relativity is good for engineering as far as like missiles and making rockets and orbital trajectories, but they do take in part fictitious forces in those equations. And
Define a fictitious
that
force.
doesn't mean it's a bend in space-time causing all these things.
Define a fictitious force. Define a fictitious force.
Fictitious force was things that Newton didn't consider forces because he considered space fixed.
No.
So things like
that's not what a fictitious force is. A fictitious force is a force that appears only in a certain reference frame. It doesn't mean it's not real. That's what
I'm saying. It's real. It's real.
You understand nothing about physics. That's the problem here. Like, literally nothing. You are trying to say space-time bending isn't real based on your own ignorance. And that's it.
What do you mean ignorance? You can't even prove it.
Yeah, we can. All the experiments prove it.
What experiment proves that space is bent?
Eddington experiment, the LIGO experiments, Pound-Repka experiments. They all match the predictions of space-time bending. That's how you do science. You make a prediction from a hypothesis and test that prediction.
A celestial body goes somewhere. That doesn't mean the result of it was what you're saying.
These aren't celestial bodies. I don't know what you're talking about. Things like muons heading towards Earth's surface. That is experimental proof of special relativity because their decay means. I'm talking. As they're heading towards Earth, their decay rate means that they shouldn't be able to actually reach Earth. But because they're traveling so fast, there's time dilation taken into account, so they actually last longer than they should. A direct experimental representation and evidence of special relativity.
So, you could listen to physicists like Sabine. Is her name Hossenfinder? If I'm butchering her name, I apologize.
She thinks relativity is real.
She has videos where she's explaining how what you're talking about are just interpretations of data.
No, she's not.
Okay.
She agrees with relativity.
Those aren't real things, what you're saying. So particles are only vibrations of light.
No, they're not.
So you're just talking about vibrations of light. Yes, they are.
Not all particles are vibrations of light. Not all particles are vibrations of light. Muons are not vibrations. Muons are not vibrations of light.
But muons don't even exist. That's just an interpretation of data.
No, they do. We can physically detect them.
Gravitons don't exist.
No one said
it's a detection. It's not. You see, this is what happened. Particle physics is like this idea that space is like this ocean of random particles smashing.
You don't know anything about particle physics.
Theory is already well proven.
Yeah, you don't. Hold on. You don't know anything about particle physics. Why are you saying this based on your own ignorance? None of what particle physics says agrees with you. Sadine Hofstadter disagrees with you. Brian Cox disagrees with you. They all disagree with you.
She says particle physics is a mess, so she actually agrees with me. And
no,
some of the geniuses of field theory all agree with me, so I don't know.
No, they don't. None of them agree with you.
Yeah, they do.
No, they really don't. The problem is you think they agree with you. No, the problem is you think they agree with you.
Agree with me. Dollar would agree with me.
I'm speaking. The problem is
side would agree with me.
I am speaking.
Just read these scientific papers. Don't believe him. Don't believe me. Just stop believing everybody.
You may have the ability to read, but you do not have the ability to comprehend. And that is the problem.
This is 2024. Everybody read.
Right, now I get to unmute you because you are acting like a child. Everyone can read. No one can hear you. You're muted. Everybody can read, but the people that understand are the ones that should read. No one can hear you. Nobody can hear you. There's no point saying anything. Nobody can hear you. Okay? You may be able to read, but you cannot comprehend. That is the problem. If you comprehend, then you wouldn't be saying these dumb things. Do you understand? No, you don't. Yeah. Dihydrogen monoxide, £5 says, Category 5 Hurricane Milton heading for central Florida. with 200-mile-an-hour gusts. Anyone there, get the fuck out. Yeah, if you've been affected by the hurricanes, guys, then please make yourself safe. I'll unmute you in a minute. Maybe you need just take a couple of breaths and calm yourself down. CB, $2 Canadian says, Craig, wake up. You're on hour 56 of your stream. Fuck off. PhD Tony, $10. Let me guess. Your guest believes his interpretation of scientific papers supersedes that of the rest of science. Yes, Tony. He is demonstrating that right now. He thinks he understands scientific papers better than people like me and you, when he doesn't have the cognitive ability to understand what he is reading. Jiffy Jiffwell for $2 says, space 99% empty. Angel's skull 100% empty. Yeah. Mr. Shonk, $2. Is this guy high or something? He sounds like he is. Are you high? Well, that's even more worrying, but that's how you are normally. It's a Rubik's who's been a member for 19 months in Brawlers. 90 months of you being a literal national shield by proxy. Here's to many more. Remember, NASA's always watching. Keep the sheeple blind to the truth. It's a Rubik's, $2. Flerfs are physicists as Kent Hovind is to evolution. Tim Davidson, $2. When did the Muppets sax player get a channel? Dope. Right, are you going to behave? I'll unmute you if you start acting like an adult. What do you reckon? There you go. You're allowed to unmute now because I've asked you to. There we go. Good boy. So
you lied earlier about not being able to unmute me?
Well, no, I've turned off the ability now.
So you had the ability, like I said, right?
Yeah, but I didn't have it set before. Before I had it that you had to do it. But now, because you've shown that you're a child and incapable of behaving, I have had to take control.
Right.
So, I want you to...
Adult that lie.
I'll have to meet you again.
How adult is you?
Yep. So this is how adults treat children. Yes. I've muted you again because maybe it's just time that I ask you to unmute and I want you to respond. So the point here, Angel, is that you are not capable of interpreting the papers in any way that makes sense. Those papers aren't written for you. Those people are written for people that understand physics and science, which you don't. Which means that when you read them, you don't know what you're reading, and you come to the wrong interpretation. And then you fall in line with conspiracy theorists that say nonsense. You presented Robertson Jennis as a bit of evidence. Robertson Jennis is dumb as fuck. Okay, so I want you to understand that you don't have the ability to comprehend these papers, and that's where this comes from, okay? Now I'm going to ask you to unmute. There's a message for you here from one of my subscribers, GCat the Crastronaut, member for 2 months, and he says, Angel, there is nothing wrong with asking questions, but you need to accept the evidence from people who know more than you.
I do. That's why I read the scientific papers and I could read the conclusions or the whole paper. And if what I don't understand, I'll come back to. And that's the whole thing, is that his basic premise is, oh, believe me and don't even read. That's what he just said to everybody.
No, it's not.
Don't believe me.
That's not what I said.
Please believe me and read. That you're not capable of reading.
Literally,
you don't have
no,
to
you're not capable of reading. Yeah, you aren't capable of understanding those papers.
Even though I eat fruit every day and I work out, and I bet my cognitive functions are better than yours. I bet I could scientifically prove that. You want to empirically do an experiment? Let's go on our diets. Let's see whose cognitive functions are better. Let's do that experiment.
What do you mean go on a diet? I've lost 130 odd pounds in 18 months.
All right. So my cognitive functions are just fine.
Well, no, your cognitive ability to understand the papers, however, is not.
How? When I'm genetically perfect, I'm Puerto Rican. You could just Google it. How am I not genetically capable of having the brain capacity?
Because you don't understand the papers. You have no knowledge of physics and science.
I've read it.
It doesn't matter if you read it. You are not able to comprehend.
Yes, it does.
No,
How?
You can read stuff, but you are not able to comprehend what you are reading because you've come to the wrong conclusions.
So everyone believe what they say. Don't read it.
No, I'm telling people to read it, but then actually have the ability to comprehend.
No, you're not.
No,
you're not.
Everyone, read the paper. No, there you go. You're lying.
There we go. 2 hours later. Good job.
Yeah. I always encourage people to read the evidence and present it for them. However, the point is that you do not have the ability to understand the papers. You need to accept
that. That's your belief and opinion.
No, it's a fact.
Which you're basing your science on to a lot of it, which is fine.
You've never studied physics. You've never, right. If you understand these papers, please tell me the tenets of special relativity and general relativity.
You're asking me questions like I don't know things. And you know what's funny is that that's fine. Like
you're avoiding the
I'm not a
answer to the
scientist.
question.
I'm not an expert, and we already went through
Well,
this
then you
before.
don't have the
So
ability to
I'm just
comprehend
trying to
these
find
papers.
I'm trying to.
Then if you're not a scientist and you're not a physicist, then you don't have the ability to comprehend these papers. Because scientists and physicists do, you don't.
So why can't I read it and try and keep learning and go through these experiences?
Well,
Like
hey,
that's what
that's
I've been
fine.
doing the
But what
whole
you're
time.
doing,
Like what
but
is
what
wrong
you're
with
doing,
that? What is wrong with that?
no, because that's not what you're doing. What you're doing is reading
Yes,
the
I am.
paper. No, you're not. What you're doing is reading the paper and then telling everyone else that they're wrong about the conclusion.
I didn't say that.
Yes,
I
you
read
did.
the conclusion. I'm telling you what the conclusion
You told me
said.
I
You're
was
telling me I'm wrong.
You
and the
told me that I
scientists
was
are
wrong.
That's
You
what
told
you're
me that
doing.
I was wrong about the conclusion of Marcus and Gail Pierce. You told me that you were
You
right
are.
and I was wrong, but I'm not. You are wrong about
And I
the
gave you a
conclusion.
scientific analysis on why. I gave you a scientist,
No,
and you
no,
said he's wrong. And you're
yeah,
trying to
but
say
he's not
I'm
a real
wrong.
scientist.
I'm basing my evidence on conclusions of scientific papers. That's all I'm saying.
No, you're not. You're basing your conclusion on someone
Yes,
who
I
also
am.
doesn't understand the Marcus and Gail Pierce experiment. How about you read the
Not
paper from the
everyone
Marcus and
doesn't
Gail
understand
Pierce?
it, but you. That's your premise.
How about
Everyone
you?
don't understand but you.
Have you ever read the Marcus and Gail Pierce paper?
Yes, and I read a different analysis too on it.
So you read an analysis of someone who didn't do the experiment.
And I read the analysis of the person who did the experiment. Yes.
So, and you decided that the analysis of the person that didn't do the experiment was the right one.
Yes, because there's other analysis besides him, and they come to the same conclusions. So,
and even though they
why
go
would I go against these
even though they go
because
against
I want
the
to
people
believe
that
in
wrote
something.
even though they go against the people that actually wrote the paper.
Whose paper?
Marcus and Gail Pierce.
The original person? Yes, of course.
Yeah. They disagree with the people that have then said, "Oh, well, they were wrong."
Of course, you re-examine,
Yeah.
That's how science works.
Yeah, but every time Marcus and Gail Pierce experiment is actually done, it then backs up the experiment, the conclusion that Marcus and Gail Pierce did.
No, it don't.
Every
There's
single
scientific
time.
paper saying you're wrong. So
That's not a
I don't
scientific
know.
paper.
You can say that.
There
You
is
can
no
say it.
scientific paper that say what you're saying. It's written by people that don't understand science. They are not scientists.
No one understands it but you.
No, scientists understand it. You don't.
And there's other scientists that write these papers. So
And no, there's no scientist that's an actual scientist
Yes, there is.
that would say that conclusion
Yes, there is.
because it goes against
Everybody,
the conclusion of the paper.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to me. Listen to these papers.
Yeah, they
Write
will,
them down.
and they will see that they're
Pause it,
written by people
whatever
that
you
don't.
have to do.
All right, I'll mute you again. I'll ask you to unmute once I've finished. The papers that you are citing are written by people that themselves do not understand science. All right, I'll take you off screen as well if you're going to do that, like a child. You don't get to be on screen or be heard. Right? This is how you treat children. Right? You get to look at me and nothing else. Right? The papers that you are citing are written by people that themselves do not understand the original papers. You are agreeing with the conclusion of people that are not scientists, that do not understand physics, and go against the entire consensus of the scientific body. You are saying that Marcus and Gail Pierce is wrong and these other people is right. And you are saying that because you do not understand anything about science or physics, and you have based your entire belief on people that also do not understand science and physics. That is fucking stupid. Right, child, you can unmute yourself.
Well, guys, this is the result of being bullied your whole life. That you can act how you want online. So I hope he
I'm not
enjoys
bullied.
his
Do
15
you
minutes
think
of
people bully
fame
me?
where he just could talk to people.
I've been
how
doing
he
this for
wants
6 years, mate.
because he's
It's not going
so
away.
safe behind this. He's, you know, guys.
Okay, you're muted again. So I want you to understand that you have based your belief on people that also do not understand science. People that go against the conclusion of a paper. All right, you're shaking your head. No, you're acting like a child. You don't get to be on screen. People that go against the conclusions of papers written by those people clearly do not understand those papers. This is a fact. Every single time the Marcus and Gail Pierce type experiment is redone, it verifies the results of the Marcus and Gail Pierce experiment. If you disagree with that, then again, you're not understanding science. I'm going to put you back on, and do not talk about me and do not try to insult me. Respond to the actual points that you have never studied physics and do not understand the things that you are reading. I'll ask you to unmute. If you behave like a child, you instantly get muted and taken off screen again. This is unfortunately how I have to treat you. So, you understand now that it's important that you study these things before you dive blindly into believing conclusions from people that also don't understand physics.
So we know he's a science denier because he lied and said these papers weren't made by...
Yeah, every time you insult me, call me a science denier or a liar, I just mute you and move you off of screen. If you can act like an adult and actually respond to the things that I'm saying, I am the one going with science. All of science says that special relativity and general relativity is correct. That's it. As simple as that. All right? The fact that you and I are talking via satellites is proof that special relativity and general relativity are correct. Time dilation is a result of that. There has never been an experiment that shows that aether is a thing. All experimental evidence disproves the aether. These are not my opinions or beliefs. These are factual statements that if you disagree with, you are denying science. I'm going to bring you back on screen. I'm going to ask you to unmute, and I would like you to accept that you do not have the knowledge to be able to have this conversation.
So, basically, he said believe scientists, don't do your own research, and...
Nope, that's not what I said. If you're going to lie, take you off screen. I said that you are believing people. You are the one that has beliefs here. You are believing papers written by people that do not understand science, without any knowledge of science yourself to be able to critically analyze the things that you are reading. I do not have beliefs. I base my position on evidence. Evidence that I can verify. I have verified the Earth rotates. I have done science. You never have. You need to accept that you are basing your position on belief and ignorance. It's the only way that you can get through this.
Nope.
Nope. It's a good job, bud. Nope. So when did you study physics? Where did you gain the ability to critically analyze any scientific paper?
When I was born with a brain.
A brain doesn't give you physics knowledge.
No, information does in studying.
Yeah, but you've never studied physics.
Oh, wow. So you've been with me my whole life. Is that how you do science?
I can tell that you've never studied physics. I'm a tutor.
Wow.
I tutor people on physics. You would be starting at the bottom. And you know what? Every one of my students passes with flying colours. Every fucking single one. Every single time. There's a reason for that.
You know what?
Because
That's
I know what I'm talking about.
You, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's a reason for that though. It's because I know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, you're nuclear physics. You can make a bomb. I'm pretty sure you're good with that. I know. That's good.
Shh. No one's allowed to know about the bombs.
Anyway, these are all scientific papers, analysis from people in their physics department.
Cite one.
Respected scientists.
Cite
so you don't have to take my opinion. Don't take his opinion.
Cite one.
He said they're not scientists. That's his opinion.
No, it's a fact.
He's
they're
mad.
not.
He don't like being called a liar. I'm gonna just say he's not informed. He hasn't.
Right, I muted you, sorry, because I'm asking you to cite one and you're ignoring me. I'll unmute you. Could you please cite one of these papers? Thank you. You can be unmuted now.
Every time I try and cite something, you mute me or interrupt me.
Well, I'm asking you to cite one now. Just tell me the name of the next paper, because I disproved the first one you gave. What's the next one?
No, I'm gonna name like 20. Everyone could read it themselves.
Just one. We'll go one at a time. Just name one.
We don't want your opinion.
I don't want your opinion. I just want you to tell me one paper. Cite one paper for me.
I'm gonna cite a bunch. Don't mute me.
No, I'm gonna. You can cite one and then I'll mute you. So just cite one for me.
No. You're not gonna. No. You're not gonna treat me like that. You know what? Whoever wants to know, DM me. I got the information. I'm not hiding it from no one.
Well, tell us
the names
of one of the papers.
I'm denying stuff.
Tell us
don't
the
even wanna
name
go
of one
through
of the papers. The people in my chat are telling you to cite it and calling you a coward.
You don't want to go
Why
through
wouldn't
it.
you
I'll
cite a
give it to
paper?
everyone in chat.
Why
Every
would you
single
cite a
person.
paper? Why would you cite a paper? You scared?
I could cite 20.
Cite one.
Hey, you're scared. You're gonna mute me, then lie about
Cite
it, and not even give me a chance to respond.
Cite one. Just one. If you can't cite any, then you're clearly lying.
Legna or Anodrac. Whoever wants the scientific paper, I'll send it to them. No problem.
Just cite one. We're all here waiting, dude. There's 10,000 people watching you live.
Okay, 10,000 people watching you cut me off and not even make my points. I could have explained
10,000 people saw me treat you like
already.
a
You didn't even
child.
let me get through it. Like, you're like an hour later, I'm still on the same damn page.
Just cite a paper, dude. Cite one. That's what we're asking.
I don't care what you're asking.
Just cite one paper. Are you able to?
Prove abandoned space-time.
Eddington experiment, done. Cite one paper.
Nope.
You can't. Nope, that disproves it. Brilliant.
Cite one paper. Again, we went through this.
There's no interpretation of data.
Right.
It's matching the predictions of science. So, can you cite one paper or not?
I could cite 20.
Well, cite one then. Prove it. Just pick pick one random one off that list. So I've disproved the two you've given.
How about take the second one that I told you earlier? Do you even remember?
What's the name of the paper?
You don't even remember?
No, we've talked about a lot. What's the name of the paper that you cited?
Relativity replaced ether found around the world.
Who's that by?
It was posted. I don't have a name. It was posted in the General Science Journal. 20 more just like it.
Ether found around, relativity replaced, ether found from academic. Pre-relativistic physics offers.
You're not going to go through the whole paper and read it on this stream. That's why this is not going to be good. Like, people need to take their time and read
I'm looking at it right now. I'm just going to post a link for that in my chat, so they can also see it, including the PhDs. I'm just going to quickly do an analysis of it because, you know, I'm capable of doing that. Oh shit, it's actually too long to fit into my chat. Right, okay, well, let me just do this quickly. Download PDF. Let's see. Oh. Oh, it won't let me actually download it. That's weird. See full PDF. Apparently that paper doesn't exist anymore. It's been removed. Why would they do that? Why would that paper be removed?
You just send it to you or something?
Well, it's not
There's
on the
more
website
papers,
anymore.
people. Is There an Ether by Pan Direct. Ether Fields and Energy Dynamics in Living Bodies, Part 1, by the Department of Radiology. There Are No Particles, Only Fields, by Art Hobson. The Ether Theory by Jennery Fiennes. Ether Physics by Frederick Nygaard. Ether Integrations, The Quantum Luminous Ether by DJ Larson.
DJ Larson.
A reenactment of the Fizeau experiment. A master thesis in physics. Classical ether drift experiments, a modern reinterpretation.
A modern reinterpretation. So just ignore relativity then.
It has practical applications.
No, it
we know how fast things fall. We could predict trajectories. There's a lot of great things about relativity. It's not about throwing everything out. It's about just being honest. If there's no bend in space-time causing gravity, can we have that conversation and find out what it is, even if it's the best answer we got, until we find a better answer. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Like, what's the problem?
So, yeah, but there is bend in space-time, though. It's been proven. Let me
That's
see.
an interpretation of data. There's no proof. Gravitational lensing isn't proof.
Yeah, it's an experiment. It's all.
They're not. They're interpretations of data.
The paper titled. The paper. I am talking. The paper titled "Relativity Replaced: Ether Found Around the Earth" by Antonius Agathon Dias challenges conventional physics by claiming to refute both the special and general theories of relativity, proposing a return to ether theory, which implies an absolute frame of reference around Earth. The author argues that traditional interpretations of Lorentz transformation and relative effects are flawed, and suggests non-Gaussian transformations as alternatives, asserting that conventional physics does not adequately explain the experimental results. However, analysis by scientists and physicists has shown there is no evidence to suggest anything stated in this paper is correct. It is just another way of looking at relativity, replacing the word space-time with aether. Oh.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
and there's books on how ether and space could be interchangeable terms.
So basically, scientists disagree with that guy. So the author, the paper asserts non-Galilean transformations might provide better explanations and challenges the dismissal of aether in contemporary physics. This stance is controversial and diverges significantly from the mainstream scientific consensus that supports relativity and has no evidence based on it. So that paper you cited, literally everyone goes, well, that's rubbish.
Why do I care what people believe? They believe in a bending space-time that isn't proved. Like, beliefs don't hold no weight.
It is proven. We've shown it's
the facts of whatever paper, and let's just take the facts and throw all the rest out. Like,
well, the facts don't actually match what the reality shows from that paper. So that paper you cited has literally been dismissed by the.
How did it not?
That paper.
All the greatest minds in field theory all say it.
No, they don't.
And we got
all the greatest minds in field theory disagree with that.
Yes.
Could you show me the greatest mind? Could you show me the greatest minds in
Tesla? All said
Tesla was a moron.
Eric Dollard in his garage.
Tesla was a moron.
Induction generator, and you could see.
I've had to mute you because you're not responding to me. Right? I want you to respond to Tesla. The fact that he did nothing that is applicable in the modern world apart from give us AC. That's it. Nothing else Tesla ever did has actually given any practical application in the world. Do you understand that fact? I'm sorry that I have to mute you, but it seems to be the only way to have a conversation with you. You can unmute yourself, I asked you to.
See, you say things.
So I'm actually looking it all up right now, and the claims that you're making deviate from well-established framework. Typically they stem from fringe theories that have not been substantiated by empirical data on the same scale as general relativity. The paper that you've cited,
but you don't got to bend in space-time.
Wait, hold on. The paper that you've cited can work in very local and small scales. It fails completely on anything larger. So you cannot cite that.
Okay, so does gravity. That's why dark matter exists.
Gravity works. No, the dark matter actually falls within the theory of gravity. Yeah, it does.
Why dark matter exists then?
Dark matter is just something we can't see that's having the gravitational effect.
Because galaxies don't work.
Yeah, they do. We can see. This is the predictions of gravity. Yeah, it does.
They don't have enough mass to spin according to relativity.
No, again, you are ignoring relativity. You are saying you know more about relativity. Right. Stop interrupting me.
Hold on. Let me respond to the last thing you said, because what it's...
No, I'm going to respond first because you keep interrupting me. Right? I respond, then you respond. Okay? I'm really sorry I have to keep muting you, but you're acting like a child. So, dark matter actually falls within the predictions of relativity, showing that if there is a mass, then this should happen. The fact is, it's non-baryonic in nature. We cannot see it. We don't know what it is. However, we have a predicted model that makes it fall within relativity. It does not go outside of relativity. In fact, it matches Einstein's predictions. If you disagree with this, you are denying science. So you're shaking your head, but you don't have the ability to understand these things. You are just listening to fringe idiots and falling for what they say and believing them wholeheartedly.
That's exactly what I was trying to tell you, is that you're falling for idiots and bends in space-time that you can't prove, just interpretations of data. Once you get a new model, you're going to follow that.
It
so
matches
that's the point,
predictions.
is that all your evidence is all null anyway once the new thing comes out. So I don't know what you're arguing here.
What new thing?
I really don't.
Right, tell us where...
You know what? You can make bombs. You can make bombs. Yes, you can. But Einstein stuff, yes, you can. Can you fly a rocket?
Right. You're muted again because you're refusing to engage in the conversation with me. You're just saying random things and not actually speaking to me. All right? I'm saying specific things and I want specific responses from you. But you're just saying random shit. Okay? So, once again, what you are saying and what you are believing wholeheartedly is fringe theories from people that are not accepted by the scientific community. That's where you are getting your belief from. You believe wholeheartedly that space-time doesn't bend and the aether is real. That is a belief that you have. I don't have a belief. I go on the evidence. The predictions of space-time bending is met every single time. If we predict that space-time bending will do something, we test for that and it happens. There's been no occasion where our predictions of space-time bending have not been verified. Okay? This is just a fact. I want you to respond to that and that alone, that the predictions of space-time bending always get verified with empirical data. Just that, nothing else. I'm going to ask you to unmute. That, you can't say no, that's a fact. I want you to respond to it.
Nope, that's not a fact. I'm going to tell you what it says. The data shows that there's waves. And
what data?
What they're saying create these waves, they can't prove.
What data?
That's the fact.
What data?
That's the fact. The
What
things
data?
they call gravity waves.
What
and
data are you talking
lensing.
about?
What they call gravity waves and gravitational lensing is nothing more than an interpretation of data. And there's books. A book written by Paul Hale.
No, again,
saying
no. Right, so you missed what I said.
Einstein's
right, I'm going to have to mute you.
Flat and
right, you didn't respond to what I said. Right, I want you to listen to what I've said and focus on that and respond. Okay? The predictions of space-time bending are always verified by empirical data. You can't just say it's something else without any evidence. Once again, and this is what I want you to respond to. When you do science, you have a hypothesis and you make a prediction from it. We predict that certain things will happen with space-time bending, and we test that. Every single time that we test it, the empirical data backs the hypothesis of space-time bending. Please respond to that without just saying no.
Listen, y'all. He's not letting me fully respond and answer the questions because he already knows. This is on his way of like winning the debate.
Right. It's a simple question that I've asked, right? Stop saying other things, right? I want to have a discussion with you, but you're refusing. I have asked you a specific question. I would just like you to respond to that question. Here is a fact. The fact is the predictions of space-time bending are always verified with empirical data. That is just a fact. Every experiment matches the predictions of space-time bending. How do you explain that? Please respond to that. Nothing else. Don't talk about anything else. Please just respond to that. Thank you.
Because the predictions are correct, but it's not due to gravity, it's due to vibrations.
And what evidence do you have of that?
Vibrations cause waves. Everything vibrates in the whole universe.
And what evidence do you have that gravity is just vibrations?
Gravity is just acceleration in your equations, but when you're talking about gravitational lensing,
no, it's not.
and
That's
you're talking about those things,
that's
those
wrong.
are caused by vibrations specifically.
No, it's not. Acceleration is something that's caused by gravity. Gravity isn't just acceleration. That's a result of gravity. Gravity is something
gravity is only acceleration in your math equations.
No, it's not. You're wrong. The acceleration due to gravity is what you're talking about. That's not gravity. Is not acceleration. Gravity. Right. What's the equation for gravity according to Newton?
The equation according to gravity? G equals m1 times m2 over r squared.
And what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
That means gravity, right? F equals G, the gravitational constant, and the top would be mass, and the r would be the distance between the center of mass. Right?
Yeah, so what does that mean?
They're basically saying mass causes objects to be attracted to each other, which is already disproven by electrostatics.
By what ratio? Well, no,
right?
it's not. It's
So
really
then
not.
Einstein comes along
One
and
at a time.
says
One at a
that's
time. One at a time. Stop.
the result.
Stop. No, you don't get to say gravity is debunked by electrostatics and just move on. No, we get to that, right? But I asked you a question.
Mass attracts mass is the bump, not gravity.
Right. Stop interrupting me. Okay? Once again, I want you to explain to me. I asked you a question and you avoided it. You just read the equation. What does that equation mean? What are the ratios? What is that equation explaining specifically?
That the gravitational constant is going to have effect on masses.
No.
Based off how far they are and how big they are.
So what it actually means is that gravity creates a force that is proportional to the product of two or more masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. It's a force that is created. Okay? No, you didn't say that.
I said it.
No, that's not what you said.
Yeah,
do you even know what inversely proportional means?
To each other.
Do you even know what inversely proportional means?
Do you know what gravity means?
Yes. Do you know what inversely proportional means? Yes or no? You can say no, it's fine. If you don't know, I'll explain it to you.
No, I don't know, but I'm literally getting tired of the way you're approaching me because you're every time I make a point, you just mute me and you go away to it. Then you're trying to make little points. And you looking really bad on camera,
I want to have a discussion on one thing at a time.
Trying to think,
what you're doing is you're scattergunning.
How do I get to a full point for you to understand what I'm saying?
We need to discuss one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So so you don't know what gravity, the equation means. We've got through that. So the next thing you said was mass attracting mass.
I know mass, right?
Sorry, you interrupted me, so I'll have to mute you again. Sorry. The next thing you said was that mass attracting mass has been debunked by electrostatics. Could you please explain that for me? How exactly mass attracting mass has been debunked by electrostatics existing? Because more than one force can exist at the same time.
Oh, that's very good. Let's see if he gives me the time to answer this. Okay, so anyone could do this experiment, right? You could just rub their hands or rub something and just pick up some dirt from the mass of the earth. That's it.
And how does that debunk
the
gravity?
The mass of the earth just suddenly lost all its power to this little electrostatic force. The same electrostatic force that creates a vortex rotation orbit when it's in space, actually. They did that on NASA, right?
No, that's not how that works.
They do that in the NASA spaceship?
Do you understand that two forces can exist at the same time?
Okay, we talk about a force that's strong enough to hold the ocean.
Do you understand that two forces can exist at the same time, yes or no?
Get to your point.
Yes or no? Do you understand?
Get to your point.
I need confirmation that you understand before I can get to my point. It's important that you understand that two forces can exist at the same time. Do you understand that?
Stop talking to me like you could teach me something, dude. Like,
well, I'm hoping that I can.
You taught me trust, basically.
Dude,
like, that's what you taught everyone to do is trust. Like, what did you really teach people today?
Do you
understand? Go back through the evidence.
Do you understand that two forces can exist at the same time? Yes or no?
Bro, get to your point already. It's like 2 hours in, man.
So, do you understand that two forces can exist? Yes or no? Just say yes or no. One of the two.
I'm gonna wait. You know the answer.
Okay.
Just go.
Two forces can exist at the same time. When you create an electrostatic force, that electrostatic force between whatever the object is and dirt is stronger than the force created by gravity in that particular thing. But
gravity that's strong enough to hold the ocean to the
I was in the middle. Okay, I'll mute you whilst I'm explaining so that you don't have to interrupt. Okay. The electrostatic force between a balloon and the dirt can overpower the force created by gravity that is pulling that dirt towards the center of Earth. Okay? Now, you remove that electrostatic force, what happens? Gravity becomes the prevailing force again. Gravity is a very, very small force. It's a tiny, tiny force. The mass of the Earth is acting on every single molecule of water. You can do the calculations. If you take the mass of a molecule of water and plug it into that equation from Newton, you can see that that molecule of water is attracted towards the Earth with a certain force. Every single molecule of water is attracted towards the Earth with that same force. Now, can water overcome gravity? No. Can a butterfly overcome gravity? Yes, because a butterfly has wings. Can something with electrostatic overcome gravity? Yes, because it can create a force that in that local area is stronger than gravity. But move that balloon further away. That force between the two things is now smaller than gravity. Two forces can exist at the same time, and one force can overpower another force if it is stronger. So what you said about electrostatics debunking mass attracting mass was simply ignorance of physics. Do you understand?
Oh man! All right, let's do a little physics lesson. I don't know if you know
yes or
about air
no? Do you
pressure.
understand?
You know, so air pressure is the reason why, right? He was mentioning earlier, right? So let me ask you a question.
Sorry, I asked you a question. I don't know if you heard me or not. I'll just ask you once again. Do you understand everything that I've just explained about forces? Yes or no?
He said water can't overcome gravity, but there's clouds.
Yeah, they're not overcoming gravity. Right?
Why are they floating?
Well, that's not water, it's steam.
Why is it floating?
Because of buoyant force and updrafts that overcome gravity in that short time. But then when the cloud gets too heavy, those updrafts and buoyant force can't hold it up. Right? What happens to water?
It becomes too wet. It becomes too wet.
Right, I'm talking. Sorry, every time I talk and you interrupt me, I'm going to have to mute you because this is how I have to treat children. So, sun shines on ocean, heat ocean up, make steam. Steam go in sky because of buoyancy, which is a result of gravity. Steam gather together. Steam mix with dirt in air. Updrafts of wind help hold molecules of water and dirt in air. Once clouds become too heavy from too much water, then the buoyant force and updrafts can no longer overpower the force of gravity and rain starts to fall. This is not something that is new and is well understood, and once again is simply displaying your ignorance of physics.
Oh man, the water falls because it's denser than the air. Everyone knows that. You could Google it.
Google disagrees with you. Google says that it's because of gravity.
So gravity is the cause of weight. It's the cause of things falling. Let me guess. Oh yeah, it causes the tides.
Yeah.
What else does it do? Somehow 85% of gravity of the universe is unknown though.
No, it's not.
You know. Yeah, it is. Neil deGrasse Tyson said it. Is he a liar too?
No, he didn't say 85% of gravity is unknown. You're lying.
I have the video. I'll send it to
you have a
anybody
video where
who
he
wants
didn't. Neil deGrasse Tyson never said that 85% of gravity is unknown. You are wrong. Just like when you showed the other videos and you were wrong about what they said.
He's denying science, guys. I said
no,
I got
you're
it.
the one
He
that's
said
denying science.
So somehow he knows what I have. You see how he's assuming? He said...
Right. You're muted again because you're just lying at this point. The videos that you showed earlier that said, backed you up, disagreed with you. So what are the odds that you are able to show a video that actually agrees with you? I'm saying those odds are pretty small. Wouldn't you agree?
I think you're just scared of science and you like what you know.
No, I'm an actual science person. I know science and understand it. You have denied science. You simply denied science and physics.
I denied nothing.
You're denying science.
I provided alternatives. I never denied the effects of anything.
No, you are simply being ignorant. You are not able to provide anything.
I provided scientists.
No, you didn't.
Tell them
they're not scientists.
That's all their analysis.
They're not scientists. Everyone in the scientific community says those guys are fucking stupid. You believe stupid people.
Oh yeah, you believe the same guys with the same sponsors that say freaking Fruit Loops is better for you than steak and chicken with the food pyramid. Like, wow, your belief in scientists is so great. Keep it up.
There's no scientist that says Fruit Loops are better for you than steak and chicken.
Look at the food pyramid. Look at the new one that came out.
And that doesn't say that Fruit Loops are better than steak and chicken.
It says cereal is better for you than steak and chicken. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't say it's better for you than steak and chicken.
Look up the new food pyramid, guys. These are the scientists you trust. The same guys.
So if you're wrong, will you admit you're wrong? New food pyramid.
It was already on Joe Rogan. He put it up on his. You could look it up. This is already millions of people know about this.
Here we go. Oh my god, that's it's not saying that it's better, it's saying that's how much of it you should eat compared to other things. It's not saying it's better.
Look at the new food pyramid.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Let me get it on screen for people.
I know. A quick Google search of Wikipedia, right? This guy. Yeah. I got you. I know how you do information.
There's the new food pyramid. This does not say.
Yeah, remember when they said Google was censored? Y'all want that article? Look at his search engine is limited. He can't even.
You just told me to Google it, and I've just done that, and I'm proving you wrong. This does not say cereal is better than steak and chicken. You lied. There's nothing here that says cereal is better than steak and chicken. This is amounts that you should have. So you lied. Why did you lie? Why did you lie?
No, I'm not like you, dude. I haven't lied one time during this whole thing.
You just lied about what the new food pyramid says. Why did you lie?
No, I didn't lie. That's you lying, dude. I'm not like you.
No, I just showed the new food pyramid, and it shows that you lied.
No, that's not the new one. I'm looking.
That's literally the new food pyramid.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, it's literally the new one. Nuh-uh, is that all you've got?
Yeah. No, I got it. Hold on. All right, here we go. Hold on, that's one. Yeah, you know what, guys? Actually, I got something better for y'all. Actually, everybody who wants all the information I've been talking about, anything I've been saying.
Oh, wow, sorry, you got muted there. I don't know why that happened. Here's another version of the new food pyramids. And Nope, nothing there says that cereal is better than steak and chicken. So once again, just evidence that he's lying, guys. Lying whilst calling me a liar. It's amazing. Hey, let me ask you a simple question.
Y'all seen him lie a bunch of times, so a liar calling someone a liar,
I've never lied. Let me ask you a question. I've got a triangle of sides 1, 1, and 1. What would be the internal angles? People will replay the stream and see that you're lying. So, simple question for you. I've got a triangle of sides 1, 1, and 1. What would be the internal angles?
You said what, Kermit the Frog?
I have a triangle of sides 1, 1, and 1. What would be the internal angles?
Oh, you mean 60 degrees, you fucking asshole?
Yeah. Oh, yes, correct. Well done. So I've got a number, 10 to the negative 17. Is it a positive or a negative number?
It's your mother.
10 to the negative 17. Positive or negative?
It's your mother.
You're really showing your maturity here. My mum could kick your ass.
Okay, you showed your maturity the whole time.
My mum could probably like choke slam you.
Stuff, lying. So what?
I like how you said you're genetically perfect because you're Puerto Rican. Cool story, bro.
That was just a nice joke to help you fucking, just to help you along.
Maybe humor's not your thing. You shouldn't do jokes.
Keep the lights coming in. Keep the comments
anyway, I need to
coming
pee. So I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. I'm just going to play a cool song for you about scammers that are in the flat earth. So back in a minute.
Yo, listen up, this your boy Dirch into his house. Boy, plan so slick, gonna make your pockets his house. I got an app that's gonna change your life, but before you download, let me slice through the strife. They say the earth's a globe, but I beg to differ. I'll make you believe, I'll make you shiver. Spectroscopy needs a container, that's my claim. I've got no clue, I just hang my head in shame. Yo, listen up, it's your boy Dirt H into his house. That's the horse house. Got a plan so slick, gonna make your pockets his house. I got an app that's gonna change your life, but before you download, let me slice through the strife. They say the earth's a globe, but I beg to differ. I'll make you believe, I'll make you shiver. Spectroscopy needs a container, that's my claim. I've got no clue, I just hang my head in shame. But turn up, that's the light I'm preaching. So my app is what I'm seeking. Fake challenge, try your luck while I'm laughing.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
Flat Earth, that's the lie I'm preaching. Sell my app, it's what I'm seeking. Fake challenge, try your luck. While I'm laughing, pocketing a buck. I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
I'm a scammer.
Yo, Dave Weiss is a scammer. Talk about Antarctica, the icy place. I offered a free trip, dangled it in my face, but I won't go. It's not about thrift. I'm staying home, gotta protect my grift. I'm a scammer. I'm a scammer. Yo, Dave Weiss is a scammer. Talk about Antarctica, that icy place. Offered a free trip, dangled it in my face, but I won't go, it's not about thrift. I'm staying home, gotta protect my grift. I'm a scammer. Antarctica, that icy place. Offered a free trip, dangled it in my face, but I won't go, it's not about thrift. I'm staying home, gotta protect my grift. I'm a scammer. The scammer, I play the game. Gonna hustle hard, gonna rise to fame. But remember one thing, it's all a ploy to make that green, I'll be your decoy. So if you wanna join, come take my hand. But beware the tricks, it's all planned. TITRH, that's my name. In the world of scams, I got the fame.
I'm a scammer.
Yeah, Dave, you're definitely a scammer, buddy. See, these are the type of people that you're getting your information from. Dirth is the type of person that you get your information from. Yeah, but he's the type of person that you get your info from. It wasn't a joke. He is the type of person that writes that paper that you cited. Someone with no knowledge. Yeah, you're right, Rachbot. I do apologise to all douches for referring them to this guy. So, here's the thing, right? And I really don't want to be rude to you, but you're not smart enough to understand the papers that you're reading.
That's your belief.
No, it's a fact. You stated to me yourself that you're a layman. Laymen do not understand these papers. They're not written for laymen to understand. You yourself described yourself as a layman. That wasn't my words, that was yours. These papers are not written for laymen to understand.
So why did you choose to debate me then?
Because you said a bunch of stupid stuff that was wrong. I wanted to
prove gravity, space-time bends anything, like, you know, and that was the whole discussion.
I took you down quite easily. I proved it with experiments. I mentioned the experiments that disprove what you're saying, so it's fine. You're a layman, and nothing you said was right. That's the fact.
Nothing I said was right, everybody.
Dick Wayne, I will talk to you only when you come back on the channel. Yeah, nothing you said was right, because again, you are a layman and do not understand the things that you are saying. You wouldn't know if I proved that space-time bends, because you're a layman and you don't understand these things. That's not, you know, it's not your fault that you've never studied. You know, a grown man your age maybe should have passed basic high school physics, I assume. You did do high school, right? I never took
high school physics.
Well, there's a problem.
You assume. Yeah, that's how you do your science. You assume. That was a good one. Yeah.
Science, yeah, you do assume in science. That's very important, actually. You make assumptions and test those assumptions.
Yeah, your science.
Yeah. No, actual science, the scientific method. It requires assumptions.
Heliocentrism doesn't fall under the scientific method. Don't nobody ever
does. Heliocentrism,
no spin, no bend, space time, or nothing. So
we've done all this. It matches the scientific method. It matches the scientific method of predictions. Plus, heliocentricity is an old, outdated model.
That's all you have.
We have a barocentric model now. That science is predictions. That's what science is. Did you not know that's how you do science?
That's not what science is. Science is the study of nature. It's not predictions. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Science, literally, the 5 steps of the scientific method. Do you know them?
Yes.
What are they?
Observe.
Next.
Make a hypothesis. Make a hypothesis.
Next.
Right. Then test the experiment.
You missed one.
And then analyze the.
You missed a step. You missed a step. You missed prediction, which comes after hypothesis.
Right, make a prediction,
So,
hypothesis,
so
conclusion,
exactly.
analysis.
So prediction
Right.
is part of science.
Right, but it's not science. You said science is predictions. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
the scientific
it's a
method
part of
is
science, like you're
predictions.
saying. It's a part of it.
So
but
if
it's
you're not
science.
if you're not making predictions, you're not doing science.
No, you said science is predictions. That's a
Yes,
part
it
of
is.
science. That's not science.
Yeah, yeah. Science is about predictions. Absolutely, it's correct.
About prediction. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, better
Yeah.
correction. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
So if you're not making predictions, you're not doing science.
Okay.
So your complaints about it's just predictions is just your ignorance of how science works.
What complaint?
What?
What exactly? You don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
No, I don't know what you
complaint?
said.
What complaint? What complaint?
I never said complaint. What are you on about?
Yo, replay this chat. Yo,
Oh,
replay
your
this
complaint about science. Yeah, your complaint about science that it doesn't have predictions in. That's what you did.
Listen.
If
Whatever's
you're not
true
making
is true,
predictions,
and whatever's not, we taking it out. And that's saying you have
Yeah,
seem to have a problem with
what's
that.
not true
That's fine.
is that
But the
you
people who
are
want to know, they
intelligent.
want to know, and that's it. That's
yeah,
it.
and people
You know?
that want to
And
know
if you're
should
happy
probably
with
be
a
more than a
prediction
layman.
model that has a bunch of flaws, that's fine.
There's no
Can we
flaws.
take out the flaws?
There's no
I
flaws
guess
in
not.
there's no flaws in the model we have at the moment.
There's no flaws in the model we have at the
No.
moment. You know what, everyone? Whoever you telling that to, you're being disingenuous to them.
No, it's a fact. There's no flaws in the model we have. It
That's
makes
not
predictions.
a fact. That's
Yeah,
not
it
a
is.
fact.
It is a fact.
The
You're
general
just wrong.
relativity isn't a fact. It's a
Yes, it
theory.
is. No, it's a fact.
It's a well put together theory.
Do you know what a scientific theory is?
Yes, it has to do with evidence. It's not a fact.
Right. So, are you telling me that electromagnetism is not a fact? Because there is such thing
No,
as electromagnetism
electromagnetism
theory.
is a fact. That's
But
different.
so what? Why is there electromagnetism theory?
Because it exists.
Right, and there's there's gravitational theory because gravity exists.
We know objects fall, and there's a
You just
like a guess on why.
you just agreed.
That's not the truth.
You just agreed.
I
that
disagree.
a theory,
Objects fall, yes, at an accelerated rate. Yes, I never.
they don't
denied
just
that.
fall; they attract
Ever.
sideways as well.
And mass attracts mass is already disproven.
No, it's
no
not.
one's seen a bend in space time. No matter you try
Yeah,
to
they
make
have.
those observation facts, they're
You're
not.
just ignoring the facts.
It's just
They are facts.
interpretations of data. So you
No,
couldn't
they're-
prove
they're
beyond
ma-
a
they're-
reasonable
they are-
doubt to a
yeah.
layman that space bends.
Space isn't.
You can't even
Science
prove
isn't
time's a
designed
real
for
thing
layman's.
because we're just looking at the celestial bodies move.
Yeah, you're just rambling now. Science isn't designed for layman's. Science is designed for people that have studied science. The problem here, you're a layman. You don't understand science. You complain about there being predictions. That's what it is. You don't even get to be on screen. No, you don't even get to be on screen because you're such a child. All right, you're going to stay muted now. All right, and everyone's going to laugh at you. Okay, you're a child that's refusing to accept the fact that you don't know what you're talking about. Dick Wayne says, what's the difference between hypothesis and prediction? A hypothesis is a guess about what is happening. A prediction is what will happen if my guess is right. Dick, that's the last time I'm going to actually interact with you on screen. And in fact, from now on, everyone in my chat, play whack-a-mole with Dick Wayne. Because he agreed to debate me, but now he's scared to do it. Dick Wayne, you no longer get to talk in my chat unless you are brave enough to come and talk to me live. Okay, so this guy here is a layman, a liar, a child, like a bit of frankly a twat. He's annoying. He will refuse to answer questions and converse like an adult. He insults, he calls me a liar because he doesn't understand science. He is a flat earther in everything but name. He is basically a flat earther. In fact, he's just as dumb as flat earthers. Look at this. This is the face of stupid, everybody. Look at the camera. Everyone wants to see your stupid face. Come on, look at the camera. Be a good boy. Right. There we go. This is the face of stupid. Yep. This is the face of dumb that refuses to have an intelligent... Look at this. Look at this. This is the face of stupid. Look at him. This is all he can do. I tried to be nice to him. You guys saw me attempt to be nice, to speak to him decently. But no, he calls me disingenuous. And he called me a liar. and refused to converse like an actual adult. So this is what we do now. We look at him and we mock the stupid person. This is a dumb person. This is someone who will never achieve anything in his life. This is someone whose mother is disappointed in him. This is someone who anyone has ever told him they love him, they were wrong. This is someone that comes to a battle of wits unarmed. This is just who this person is. This is someone who will have a sad, pathetic life full of nothing but being stupid because they refuse to listen to people that know what they are talking about. This is someone that would not listen to a surgeon and would rather listen to a dumbass who read a book and thinks that they can do the surgery instead. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the reason humanity is getting dumber. It is this person. The fact that he has not left the call whilst I am berating him shows how fucking stupid he is. He could click the end call button. He could leave and not listen to me insult him over and over and over. But he's too stupid to do that, ladies and gentlemen. He is too thick to leave the call whilst I am here berating his fucking idiocy. This is a man whose mother used his soft spot as an ashtray. This is what fetal alcohol syndrome looks like. Okay? I tried. No. He failed. I didn't fail. He failed to be a decent human being. And look at him. He's too dumb to realise that he's muted. No one can hear him. You know, he could leave the stream while I'm insulting him. But no. I'm going to leave him there, looking like a dumbass, acting like a child, whilst I read super chats. Fats, do me a favour, buddy. Please contact me on phone or something, because I really need to talk to you, my friend. Yeah. So everyone, tell you what, feel free to send super chats. Oh, he finally left. Toon lied to me. Toon said he was a decent person. Oh, that was fun. What's he saying? Dude, you just got wrecked. Nuh-uh doesn't disprove what I said. He says, whoa, you're dumb. That was so easy. Thank you. No one thought I was dumb. Dude couldn't prove space-time bends without shadow of a doubt to a layman. Oh, what's he saying now? You acted like a child in front of... Projection much? Oh, I'm much younger than you. You have no excuse. It's going to come off so well. Dude, everyone is laughing at you for being a dickhead and stupid. Oh, that was fun. Thank you guys for being here with me for that. I enjoyed it a lot. I tried to be nice to him, but at the end, fuck it. If he's just going to be a dickhead, then he gets treated like a dickhead. Otto, member for 10 months, says, please make Angel debate a flat earther. Too much stupid. Make black hole. Mr. Shonk, $2 says, this guy is high. I have zero doubt about that. You were the disrespectful one, calling me disingenuous and a liar. You need to adjust your attitude. cunt. I'd say it all to your face, then bench press you. Oh, I love everyone as well, guys, just not Gary. It's a Rubik's for $2 says, gotta love it when the Flerfs have a hissy fit. Me too. Wouldn't even be hard. I'd do it for reps. He's crying in the chat that I made with Toon. Tim Davison $2 says Corioles hung out with Corey Feldman and Corey Hand. Big Ben member for 7 months says, are we forgetting the local universe is not real as discovered by Nobel Peace Prize winners for physics 2020? Well, no, we're not forgetting that, but shh. JB Burnbacks member for 17 months says, FTFE, when did you start debating 7-year-olds? I'm just going to leave him a GIF. Cry more. And then I leave the group. It's incredible that he thinks that he was the one that was nice. I tried to be nice, guys. I even gave him the opportunity to, you know, take a step back and calm down. Rick for $5 says, you shouldn't be discussing physics if you haven't graduated from the sensory table in kindergarten. I know. JCat Crashtonal. Oh, we read that one. Thank you. Fletcher Boy for $4.99. Craig played the Bob Nadell ring laser gyro video. He did, and then just shouted ether drift. Recovery Turtle $1.99 says, Angel, stop lying to us about what we heard. Shameful. And thank you, Recovery Turtle, for popping your super chat cherry. NA $6.66. Words are hard. I don't read gooder than most, but I know the earth is a ball. Thank you, NA. Dihydrogen monoxide £2 says, atom attack equals immediately forfeited the debate. Yeah, he did a lot of atoms. NASA Security Force for $5 says, well, we've done the research, and Craig, you get a pass. But if you make us use another clone, it'll be the last. You've been warned. I'm not a fucking clone. You guys are weird. Recovery Turtle $1.99 says, cite it, you coward. He didn't know how to cite anything. Steve6464 has been a member for 15 months and says, they never cite their sources. No, they don't. Rick for $2 says, saying I can cite 20 doesn't trump citing 1. Tim Davidson, $5. Screw him. Let me tell you about my cats. They're named after the X-Men. Gambit, Logan, Storm, Bobby Drake, and Kitty Pryde. We named a stray Jean Grey. That's cute. I like cats. NASA Security Forces, been a member for 21 months, says skydive in your C2 forces. Yeah, he thinks electrostatics debunk gravity. Dihydrogen monoxide for £2 says, if it's on Joe Rogan, it is to be disregarded. I know. Yeah, Terrence Howard on, for fuck's sake. Bearded Logic member for 3 months says, woo, free member milestone. NASA Security Force for $2 says, chemtrails incoming to his coordinates. Sleep well. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So many super chats. Jay Walkin, member for 8 months, says, 8 months in, and I still can't stand the ignorance of Flerfs. Sore throat from screaming the idiot the entire time. Warren Smith, $6 Australian. Idiots just know that they're idiots. That's the idiots just don't know that they're idiots. That's the never-ending problem. Yeah, it's idiots and dead people. It's the same. Like, it just affects other people and not them. Marge88, $2 says, FTFE, feel better, dude. Best of luck. Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good right now. In the grand scheme of things, I'm sitting at like a 6. Jay Walkin, €2.49. Singing Burn Angel Burn, Dumpster Fire Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. General E. Shady's been a member for 3 months, says, Angel chooses far too much lead-tainted weed. And dihydrogen monoxide, £2. Is Angel the reason I can't find any glue? He is fucking et it all. Guys, thank you for watching tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Flerfs are idiots. That guy is a Flerf. Before we go, I asked Demok to sing a song for us. So enjoy this.
The law rings up to make no sense. Perseverance, who cares what words I don't make mean, huh? The law, I don't like your words, so I pick my favorite words. What's real, non-real, super contained, metaverse, first person. Law, meta is an angle, real, fake. This is so physical, hit 'em up, chastise every young bitch that tries to stop me, Tupac. All humans can do is word salad or make up stuff. Disagree versus agree, it's not around, he's deaf, another deaf one. You can't hear, LOL, not a ball, it's a tear, low, no dirty middle. No dirty middle, no, 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 no dirty middle, no, 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 no dirty middle, no, 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 no dirty middle, no, 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 no legs up to make no sense. Perseverance, who cares what words I don't make mean, huh? Low, I don't like your words, so I pick my favorite words. What's real, non-real, super contained, metaverse, first person. Low, meta is an angle, real fake. Is it so physical, hit 'em up, chastise every gun bitch that tries to stop me, Tupac. All humans can do is word salad or make up stuff. Disagree versus agree, it's not around, he's deaf, another deaf one. You can't hear, LOL, not a ball, it's a tear, low, dirty middle. Low, dirty middle, no, 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 dirty middle, no, 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 dirty middle, no, 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 dirty middle, no, 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 dirty middle, to make no sense. Perseverance, who cares what words I don't make mean, huh? Low, I don't like your words, so I pick my favorite words. What's real, non-real, super contained, metaverse, first person. Low, meta is an angle, real fake. No dirty middle, no, 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 no dirty middle, no, 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 no dirty middle, no, 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 no dirty middle, no, 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 no dirty middle, low dirty middle.
I literally can't stop singing that song. It has been in my head since I heard it on my stream. In fact, my wife wants to throw things at me. NASA Security Force $5 says, he's a poster boy for a prophylactic. I hope his parents are sad for what they did. He got cheated. The gene pool is big, and yet here he is. Fetus. Here, Cletus the fetus. Josie TV €5 says, just in case it was missed, Fax was asking for your number again. He seems to have a new phone and your number not on his SIM card. Right. I don't want to give my number on here, so I don't know how to give it to you. Fax, send me an email, dude, and I'll give you my new number, okay? Thank you everyone for watching. I had great fun tonight. I just love doing this for you guys. You're all amazing. In fact, I love every single one of you. You know, just not you, Gary.
FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth think that evolution is real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we living on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Booty is not alright. Baby, it's not alright. Nathan Oakley has a small penis. Nathan Oakley has a small penis. It's basically an idiot. Baby, it's not alright. Like the flat earth. fight the flat earth. Fight the flock, 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 fight the flock,
Hi, my name is Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
Level.